into the season, I'm really curious how we are going to divide up the targets between our ultra-talented wide receivers and then a position that Kyler knows really well and trusts really well in that tight end spot.
You talk about the tight ends there, Ben, and I thought it was interesting. I'm just thinking of one single run. There was a lot of 12 personnel that was against the Giants. So Oliver and Max Bredesen, they're on the outside zone run to Aaron Jones, and I think he went for 17 yards on the outside left. And just huge blocks and how they're utilizing that with that outside run.
Well, we know how good Oliver is in the blocking scheme. The guy's a monster. He's just a big athletic offensive tackle is what he is. But Bredesen's the one, he's kind of the X factor right now in this run game because you mentioned 12 personnel, and I think that's where a lot of people are going to get a little bit confused. And is he a tight end? Is he an H-back? Is he a true fullback? And the way that we can use him, he can play probably on the line of scrimmage as a tight end. He can also be on the move as an H-back, and clearly we saw last week he can be the fullback in an I position. So his versatility, I think, is going to throw off some defensive coordinators. They will probably just treat him as a tight end, as a move tight end. That way they don't have to change up much of their defensive philosophy. But I love what we're showing right now in our run game, being that we know that we're going to be a single dot outside zone team, but we can also run a little power football. We can run a pull scheme if we need to. We have Bredesen that can be a downhill anvil, but we also know that he's fast enough to where if we need to run a two-man zone scheme to the outside and have the running back either follow him or cut back, we can do that as well. So really, it's going to be really fun to see the maturation and development of Bredesen in this run game.
All right, last one for you. J.J. McCarthy, what do you feel you need to see from J.J. here today?
I just really want to see the offense gel around him. I know he caught a little bit of flack for his performance last week, but I think a lot of it was out of his control. We had a busted play, not his fault. We had, a pre-snap offsides, not his fault. We had a holding call, not his fault. We had a drop ball, not his fault. And so I do think that we do feel like the operation was just sloppy, and how much of that is on the commander of the huddle, I don't know. So I think for today, I just want to see a smooth operation from everybody, not just him, but from all 10 other guys in that offensive huddle. That'll show us that he's got true command of that offense. And of course, we want to see some quick decisions. I want to see some staying in the pocket. The ball that he had to Miles Price, I do feel like he got a little jittery. He felt the pass rush a little much. His feet got a little wonky, and he threw off platform, which was great. It was an accurate throw, but he was using all of his arm strength and not his lower body. I want to see him stay in the pocket a little bit more, not feel the pressure as much, and deliver some balls between the hashes.
Awesome stuff as always, Ben. Thank you so much, buddy.
All right, thanks, Muss. Have a good game.
Yeah, you as well. That is Ben Lieber. He is our sideline reporter, but he'll be in the booth today for the simulcast with Pete and also, of course, Paul Allen. And that is the boom coming up here at noon. Coming up here next, we got Ben Gessling from StarTribune.com. We're going to talk to him about they got to make this from the 90 to the 53 at some point, talking about the roster and how he actually sees the numbers work out with that in the Minnesota Vikings. We'll get into all that next on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network.
Hi, I'm Kelly O'Connell from Fox 9. Have you downloaded Fox Local yet? You should. Fox Local is how you stream Fox 9 on your TV or your phone for free. You can watch all of our newscasts.
Wake up with Fox 9.
Original programming.
Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace.
And all of your Vikings and Gopher shows.
And welcome back to Vikings Game Day Live.
So download Fox Local on your TV or your phone and stay connected to Fox 9.
Download Fox Local to stream your Vikings shows like Vikings Game Day Live.
Vikings Nation! Combine tasty Little Caesars pizza with NFL football, and what do you get? Game Day! Little Caesars, proud pizza partner of the Minnesota Vikings, invites you to order your favorite Little Caesars pizza or try something new. On game day, Little Caesars is always convenient. From carryout to delivery to pizza portal pickup, just call or text a few good friends and celebrate with delicious Little Caesars pizza and the Minnesota Vikings Game of the Week.
Pizza, pizza. What's up, Vikings fans? We've made concert night even easier. You park at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel and ride free to the new Mystic Lake Amphitheater. Skip the hassle, skip the stress, just park, hop on, and head to the show. Buses run throughout the night and up to 1 hour after the show. We've got you covered. Your parking ride awaits. Visit mysticlake.com for details.
Bring on Vikings football with new gear from Shields. From jerseys, accessories, and signed collectibles. Represent your team's iconic colors at the big game. Shields is your ultimate shopping destination with knowledgeable experts and great customer service to get you fitted for your passion. Whether you love style, sports, or the great outdoors, find it at your local Shields or Shields.com. Our experts are here to make every day a win. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And jerk-face Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
The rent's coming up. Also, gotta get groceries. And I should probably set up an emergency fund. Plus, I want to start my own business. Sorta. Maybe. But first, a trip I've been dying to take.
Wings is here to make sure it all adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Insured by NCUA.
Hey, this is Carson Wentz of the Minnesota Vikings, and you're listening to Vikings football on KFAN.
Welcome back, Vikings football Saturday. Vikings fans, get ready for kickoff like the broadcast team with a pothole pizza, only from Quick Trip Meat Sweats, Vikings Pep Rally, and of course, Sausage Palooza. Grab a slice wherever you watch or listen to the game, and available now at U.S. Bank Stadium, and that's where we are right now with Ben Gessling from StarTribune.com, KFAN, Access Vikings as well, and I didn't see the new binoculars.
Yeah, the new binoculars over in the press box. I basically, the ones that PA had the other day were so nice. I was like, man, how much are these? He sent me the link and get my own. They were fantastic. So I'm giving them a try today over. I got to bring them over to show him the find. It's the updated version of what he had, I think.
This is the laziest question ever, and I actually, when I was sending you a text about it, but what did you get from the joints? What came out for you that was interesting?
Yeah, the biggest thing is the Kyler Murray-Justin Jefferson connection. We haven't seen a lot of that yet. Obviously, they haven't played together in a game. So how did they look when they're facing a physical defense? That first day, it looks like it was tough for them. But to see Murray hit Jefferson downfield on that play at the end, Jefferson talks all the time about quarterbacks trusting themselves and trusting him. So for Murray to be off his back foot, pocket collapsing on him, Jefferson splits a double team. All of that was a sign of what they want to see. They want Kyler Murray to unleash Justin Jefferson again. And if you can get that going, that's going to be a big key for this offense.
This was a short segment because Lieber just kept on going on and on and on. Sorry, Ben.
That's all right. I would offer to fight him, but we know how that'll turn out. So I'll just run away from him.
Ben Gessling, StarTribune.com, KFAN, Access Vikings as well. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. We got more coming up on the way, including the coach, that interview, and an interview with Matt Daniels coming up here in just a bit. This is Vikings football.
Vikings Nation! Combine tasty Little Caesars pizza with NFL football, and what do you get? Game day! Little Caesars, proud pizza partner of the Minnesota Vikings, invites you to order your favorite Little Caesars pizza or try something new. On game day, Little Caesars is always convenient. From carry-out to delivery to pizza portal pickup, just call or text a few good friends and celebrate with delicious Little Caesars pizza and the Minnesota Vikings Game of the Week.
Pizza.
Listen to the heartbeat. Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason. With SUVs made to move with your rhythm. The versatile Equinox tackles your entire day. The spacious Traverse fits your crew and your whole weekend. And Trax brings style with value you can count on. All infused with tech that has your back. So your drive always hits the right chord.
Listen to the heart.
Enjoy summer in a new Chevy. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. See your select Heartland Chevy dealers. Finance charges accrue from date of financing. Deferred monthly payments for 90 days. 0% APR for 60 months. Monthly payment is $1,667 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 6.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Down payment required at signing if applicable. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/31/26.
You track the scoreboard, you study the stats of every game. So why not do the same with your stocks? At MarketBeat, we give you the tools and alerts to stay ahead of the market, just like you do with your fantasy league. Join the millions of investors who rely on MarketBeat for breaking stock news, top analyst upgrades, and smarter investing tips delivered daily. Visit marketbeat.com or check out our YouTube channel where investors go to win.
Some sports are bigger than the game. The Minnesota Vikings girls high school flag football program is where confidence becomes leadership. One of the fastest growing youth sports in the country, girls flag football is opening doors for the next generation of athletes. Learn how to bring girls flag football to your school or support an athlete in your life at Vikings.com/girlsflag. That's Vikings.com/girlsflag. The opportunity is here. Her time is now.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season long with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Hey, this is Joshua Metellus of the Minnesota Vikings. Hear me play all season long on The Fan.
Welcome back, Vikings football Saturday. Today's interview is with Matt Daniels, the special teams coach, along with PA, brought to you by Wildfire.
So for you, new season, new crop of special teamers, and kids to raise on the fly.
Absolutely.
How are things going?
I would say things are going really, really great. We have a nice, fresh new crop of rookies that I'm really excited about. Jake Goldie's constantly learning, constantly growing in the best of ways. And, you know, he's having some very welcome to the NFL moments, I would say, which is glad it's happening now and not in real football. So that's always encouraging. But, you know, he shows up with the intentionality and the urgency day in and day out to find ways to get better. I'm really excited about him. Max Bredesen is probably one of the smartest guys on the football team. High football IQ. And, you know, what you love the most when you start talking about, you know, who we are and what are we about from a special team standpoint. Like, we're looking for guys who are courageous, versatile, and most importantly, problem solvers on the fly. And Max really fits that mold because he figures things out. He makes people right all the time, constantly, whether it's a fit, whether it's from a blocking construction standpoint. And I'm really excited about what Max Bredesen brings to the table.
Good for you. Well, what about, you know, a name that people may recognize, and I adore the guy, and I know he's important to you, Tavierre Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
What makes him so reliable for you, especially on coverage teams?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that you trust this guy to be where he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to be doing. And more times than not, he's going to make the play. I mean, he has a combination of size, speed, power. You know, he stands probably about 6 foot, 210 pounds. But, you know, he can match up against guys much bigger than him, linebackers, you know, when it comes time to, from those blocking phases. But, you know, the biggest thing is the intangibles of this guy, the leadership that he has, how he communicates with the rookies, you know, giving them little tidbits, just some nice, good vet moves to be able to go work out there. But he's an elite communicator. He's a great guy, great energy in the room. And, you know, he's been doing this now for over 10 years. And so he's got the savvy vetness figured out. And he's a guy that's probably one of the most trustworthy and reliable guys. And, I mean, the guy's just, you know, flips the switch and understands what his role is, what his job responsibility is. And he goes out and executes at an elite level week in and week out. And, you know, it's hard to knock that.
Will Reichert has, you probably won't say it because ProFootballTalk.com may pick up on it or something like that. I think he's the best kicker in the NFL into this season. And, like last year on that Sunday night game, I think Aubrey had made the Pro Bowl or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was on Brandon Jock and stuff, and Will went in there and outkicked him. And he's never missed an extra point, 69 of 69. I just love the guy, man, specifically given so many games are close. What are the keys to coaching Will?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Will is that, the good ones want to be left alone and the great ones want to be coached.
Yeah.
Hard.
Right.
And, Will is, a lot of people probably like to say it about specialists, but Will is truly a perfectionist. He's chasing perfection week in and week out daily. Not to say that he's ever actually going to get there, but he's chasing it. And, that's really what you love the most about this guy is how he comes, his intentionality. Even when it's a non-kicking day, this guy is still working, right? Working on lines, working on contact, hitting agile bags just to make sure that, everything is still fluid and right where you want to be at from a technique and fundamental standpoint. So, I thoroughly enjoy working with this guy. He's got a great sense of humor, a great personality.
Yeah.
He's a good energy in the room. He doesn't ever really say too much, but if Will ever does have something to say that bothers him, you know that it is a true ick.
Yeah.
Because this guy usually doesn't say too much. But if he does raise his voice or he does have something to say, you definitely want to listen because it's something worthwhile.
That's special teams coach Matt Daniels, along with Paul Allen. And today's interview is brought to you by Wildfire, located at Eden Prairie Center. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. Still coming up on the way before the boom, Kevin O'Connell, PA, has a sit down with him, and that is going to be coming up here next on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network.
Vikings fans, are you headed to Mystic Lake Amphitheater? Park at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel and ride free to every show. No hassle, no stress. Just park, hop on, and enjoy the music. Your park and ride awaits. Visit mysticlake.com for details.
Did you know the human face can make over 10,000 expressions? It's true. And when you meet face-to-face with a Verizon business expert, you get to make some of the best faces. Faces like the, wow, how convenient the Verizon business expert came to me face. Or this Verizon business expert understands my small business needs face. Face it, you're busy running your business, so your local Verizon business expert can come to you. And they won't quit until the solutions fit, even as your business grows. Visit Verizon.com/book today to schedule an appointment with your local Verizon business expert.
In Minnesota, that sound means one thing, that we're stronger together. It's not just how the Vikings play, it's what we at US Bank believe too. Because real people and smart solutions working together will always take you further than you can ever go alone. That's the power of us. Official bank sponsor of the Minnesota Vikings. Visit usbank.com today to reach your financial goals. Member FDIC, copyright 2026, US Bank.
Vikings Nation! Combine tasty Little Caesars pizza with NFL football, and what do you get? Game day! Little Caesars, proud pizza partner of the Minnesota Vikings, invites you to order your favorite Little Caesars pizza or try something new. On game day, Little Caesars is always convenient. From carryout to delivery to pizza portal pickup, just call or text a few good friends and celebrate with delicious Little Caesars pizza and the Minnesota Vikings Game of the Week.
Pizza, pizza.
If you're in the market for a used vehicle, click on carswapusa.com.
We offer easy financing, complimentary oil change, and if you need it, we can deliver it.
Speaking of carswapusa.com,
you can browse hundreds of vehicles from your home.
If you're ready to buy a premium, hand-picked, late model, low mileage used vehicle, then check out your options at
carswapusa.com. We deliver.
Whether you're buying or selling, make CarSwap your first stop. CarSwap, a car for everyone.
Some sports are bigger than the game. The Minnesota Vikings girls high school flag football program is where confidence becomes leadership. One of the fastest growing youth sports in the country, girls flag football is opening doors for the next generation of athletes. Learn how to bring girls flag football to your school or support an athlete in your life at Vikings.com/girlsflag. That's Vikings.com/girlsflag. The opportunity is here. Her time is now.
Vikings fans, are you headed to Mystic Lake Amphitheater? Park at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel and ride free to every show. No hassle, no stress. Just park, hop on, and enjoy the music. Your park and ride awaits. Visit mysticlake.com for details.
Hey, this is Theo Jackson of the Minnesota Vikings. Here we play all season long on The Fan.
Hey, welcome to U.S. Bank Stadium. This is the Minnesota Vikings' only home preseason game, and they take on the Baltimore Ravens today. We're very happy to be joined by Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. A couple of days after Wednesday and Thursday practices in Eagan at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center with the Ravens, and from afar, all seemed very efficient and productive. What was your read?
Yeah, I loved the practices that Coach Minner and I put together. Spent a lot of time talking about that throughout the off season, just to make sure it was worthwhile and beneficial for both teams. I thought both teams handled themselves very well. It was very competitive, but very few instances of guys not understanding the importance of the reps, and we were just on to the next play, on to the next period. It flowed very well, and that's really, as a head coach, that's got to be the starting point, and especially when you're hosting, because it's more than just having a great facility, and we have unbelievable people that help put everything on. It's also about making the football right and making sure we checked a lot of boxes, which we did. But I was really proud of our team. I think it's been a big week for our team between, winning a game last week where it really took all three phases coming together, even some of these down the line guys that will play more today, going into these joint practices, really coming out of it with a positive feeling about where our football team's at, but more importantly, where we can get to. And now it culminates with a chance to open up U.S. Bank Stadium, and driving in this morning, just, you feel the excitement. We're so fortunate to play in front of our fans in this unbelievable building, and we're going to get 9 home games to do it this year. That's why we only have one preseason home game, which I'll take that trade every day of the week.
You guys are always coaching and correcting, even from like day 1 to day 2 of joint practices. So for the overall team, maybe the offense, what improved day 1 to day 2 after the correcting?
I think it's a great point. It's always a big thing I look for, because I think it's a precursor to doing those things throughout the regular season, and not even during practice weeks, during games, being able to make adjustments in real time. And there's a lot of things. You can watch the Chargers tape from when Jesse was the defensive coordinator there, or you can watch the Ravens, from their first preseason game against the Eagles, and really about 70% of what we saw in practice, was either new or different. I mean, they've got different players now in Baltimore that Jesse gets to work with. They're super talented. They're big. So even the adjustments from schematics to, how we handled some problems, I was really proud of the staff. And I think that showed up both days with the way we finished both practices, in the 2-minute and some of the call-up periods that were, not scripted, and you can really play that out a little bit more normal. Or even the players, adjusting techniques. We're teaching these O-linemen to run off the ball, and it's a commitment that you got to have. And then you have 350-pound defensive tackles and different body types than maybe what they see every day from our defense, and all the movement our defense has. Now you got to adjust, and you got to learn how to play very similar to what it is during the regular season when you go from one team PA to the next. And you got to be able to hone in on those little differences that maybe make plays go, and I thought our guys did that as well. So, as far as the day 1 to day 2, to close it out, I just thought the energy was massive. I thought the enthusiasm, back-to-back days, really, with those pads popping, sometimes you can have guys be in their feelings a little bit. Man, do we really need to be doing this? There wasn't any of that, and we just attacked the whole thing. It's a credit to our leadership. It's a credit to our roster that's been put together, and excited about this team.
Justin Jefferson looks stronger than I've seen him at any point of his career. Is that accurate, and what do you see?
Yeah, he's come in, in the best shape, maybe of his career this training camp. Look, Justin is a savvy player that's, he's played a lot of snaps in this league. He's learned, exactly at this point in his career what kind of player he needs to be, which is he's ultra talented, but he also understands play strength, and he understands I need to be strong to withstand all the different ways people try to put their hands on him and cover him, make his life difficult. And I think he's also come in great shape. He's had, the hamstring in the past. Last training camp, we lost a lot of time. 2023, we lost a little bit of time, and that's not a that's not an indictment on Justin or anybody else. That's just part of the maturation process of a guy who's had such success in this league. But the work he does with Tyler Williams, PA, the work he does on his own, it has been a really, really well-planned offseason for Justin that he executed really, really well, and I'm really excited about the start that I think he can get off to and then maintain throughout the whole season because of it.
Last one for Kevin O'Connell, coach of the Vikings, with a majority of your reinforcements playing today. What are some expectations so those can follow along at home?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the formula doesn't change. Much like a week ago against the Giants, we want to win the turnover battle. We forced 2 last week. We didn't give away the football. We had a great chance to put the game away at the end, really playing off of all 3 phases. But for today, what I've really challenged the team on is I want to see the foundation that's been laid by a lot of guys from a fundamentals and technique standpoint. I want them to show those things, but I also want them to turn it loose and play fast. I don't want a lot of thinking out there. Hopefully we've gotten these guys coached up to the point where they can do that. I'd love to see a few less penalties in the kicking game. I think we've got a chance to make some plays today in the kicking game, but every time we do, I don't want to turn around and see that yellow hanky on the field. And I told the officials they didn't throw a lot of flags during joint practice, so let's not overcorrect. Today we'll have that same Alex Kemp crew out there today for us. And so it's a combination of protecting the football, taking away the football, clean game from a penalty standpoint. And then lastly, with them turning it loose, we got some talented players that I think overall, I think Vikings fans are going to be excited to see them either get some of their first ops today or maybe the first time playing in front of their fans since last preseason, our fans since last preseason. And a lot of positives that I think will come out of today. But most importantly, you get a chance to put on a Vikings uniform at US Bank Stadium. It's very important we try to win this game regardless of who's out on the field.
That was great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, PA.
On the field, performance earns trust. At home, it's not different. For more than 120 years, Andersen has built windows and doors that homeowners and pros count on year after year. That's why Andersen is pro-approved and trusted to perform. At Andersen, one thing never changes: their commitment to quality. Home after home, season after season. So when it comes to windows and doors, choose a brand you can rely on. Trust your home to Andersen, the official window and door manufacturer of the Minnesota Vikings. Kick off your next project at AndersonWindows.com.
Hi, I'm Kelly O'Connell from Fox 9. Have you downloaded Fox Local yet? You should. Fox Local is how you stream Fox 9 on your TV or your phone for free. You can watch all of our newscasts.
Wake up with Fox 9.
Original programming.
Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace.
And all of your Vikings and Gopher shows.
And welcome back to Vikings Game Day Live.
So download Fox Local on your TV or your phone and stay connected to Fox 9.
Download Fox Local to stream your Vikings shows like Vikings Game Day Live.
The radio home of the Minnesota Vikings. FM 100.3, KFXM Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
Showtime, baby. You know what's wrong. Let's go, Vikings. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get it up.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air all across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners: your Northland Ford dealer, Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, Delta Airlines, and by IV. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following: Leinenkugels,
To the 30. Down the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds.
3M, US Bank, and by Medtronic.
Ball's loose at the goal line. Touchdown!
Now, let's go live to US Bank Stadium to 3 guys people have been raving about, along with former Vikings Pete Bursich and Ben Lieber. Here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens, and we welcome you to a beautiful, beautiful Saturday in Minneapolis. The preseason closes Friday at Denver. That'll be a game. Head coach Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell joins us from the sideline, but first, the Vox of all Voxes ever to Vox, Alan Roach.
To sound the Gallery horn.
Please welcome the 2026 Minnesota Girls High School Flag Football Player of the Year and Rosemont High School quarterback, Talia Vecchio.
Welcome, those of you watching on Fox 9, those of you listening to the longtime flagship for Minnesota Vikings football, FM 100.3 KFAN, and the Minnesota Vikings KFAN audio network. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, Tatum Everett from the sideline. We'll hear from her after the kick. The Baltimore Ravens will be kicking to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Damon Claiborne and Dylan Bell, a couple of rookies, are deep for Kevin O'Connell's Minnesota Vikings. Tyler Loop set for the kick. Loop, there it is, and we're in the air. Dylan Bell from the 6-yard line heads to the 20, angles to the right to the 25, and a flag comes in late. He's out of bounds on the Vikings sideline at about the 32-yard line. Let's go down to Tatum Everett.
Well, in support of the growing girls flag football movement, you'll see Vikings coaches, players, and staff wearing this Her Time Is Now t-shirt. It's a part of the brand new campaign that the Vikings have made to feel the momentum of that movement and keep it going. As you saw, Talia Vecchio, who sounded the Galler horn, she was surprised with that news out of practice by Kevin O'Connell himself. And guys, she did a pretty good job.
Did a fantastic job. Unlike the Minnesota Vikings kick return team, with respect, because you had a 23-yard return by undrafted Dylan Bell, but a special teams penalty backs up J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings to the 12, and J.J. will go under center. The center is Michael Juergens. J.J. McCarthy was 4 of 7 for 34 yards, ran once for a yard against the Giants. Straight eye behind J.J. McCarthy, and he's going to go on a straight drop, throw out to the right side, incomplete, looking for Miles Price. Pete and Ben, that's about the only thing Miles Price has not been able to catch the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I think that ball was a little bit off because J.J. McCarthy wasn't able to follow through, Ben. It looked like the protection held up. They had a blitz coming off the near side. That's where those running backs, you have to be able to run the football, but you got to know pass protection as well.
Yeah, they recognized the blitz. Right tackle pointed out. Running back stepped up, and Claiborne just didn't step up quick enough to give a clear throw. But still, nonetheless, probably should have been a little bit more accurate by McCarthy.
Rookie Max Bredesen motions to the backfield in front of fellow rookie Damon Claiborne. And we have flags. Alex Kemp's staff. Here's Alex.
False start.
Hey.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
All right, that's right guard Vershawn Lee. Now, off the joint practices Wednesday and Thursday at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the first Minnesota moving company, which started at MetLife Stadium last week, will not play today. So going left to right, you have Henry Bird at left tackle, Joe Huber, Michael Juergens, Vershawn Lee, and Ryan Vandemark plays right tackle. McCarthy, shotgun, throws left, pitch and catch. Ty Felton hit at the 13-yard line, out of bounds about right there. That'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, and for J.J. McCarthy, Ben, this is what we're talking about when he's a backup now. He's the number 2, but he's got to run the program, right? He's got to get guys in the line of scrimmage. Yeah, you had a penalty earlier. You get guys jumping off sides. It's his huddle. He has to command it, and he's got to get these guys going.
Yeah, it's interesting because last week, not a lot of things were his fault, the way the offense kind of fell apart, but he's at the helm, so he's going to take responsibility. Let's see if the operation is cleaner today.
Both teams won their first preseason game. McCarthy on a straight drop, throws right, caught near the first down marker, and Miles Price hauls in a first down on 3rd and 7. They got 8 yards, first down for the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy played against these Baltimore Ravens in the regular season last year, and he went 20 of 42, 248, a touchdown, a couple of picks. He ran 5 times for 48 yards as Gavin Bartholomew checks in, second-year tight end from Pitt. The quarterback expectation for the Minnesota Vikings today off those joints, J.J. McCarthy should play right around a quarter, Carson Wentz right around a quarter, Max Brosmer gets all or the majority of the second half. Jayshon Jones in motion to the right on first down, handoff to Demond Claiborne, and he runs into a host of Baltimore Ravens for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And to go back a play, when we talk about Miles Price and his attention to detail, that was a great route because he went past the sticks because he knows he has to come back for the football, but he went deeply enough that he could come back, make the catch in first down territory. So that's a veteran route by Miles Price.
And it was a good sign by McCarthy, too, when you look at the processing part of it. He starts to play eyes and everything to the left of the offense. He scanned quickly all the way back to Price and delivered a strike.
Couple of tight ends left. Bartholomew outside of Jurasic, and it's a gun run to Demond Claiborne, and the Baltimore Ravens snipped it out and thrust him down to the turf at U.S. Bank Stadium. It's going to be a loss of a yard. Excellent penetration by inside linebacker Dominic DeLuca, a rookie from Penn State.
Yeah, that play might have been done before it even started. I think DeLuca was just blitzing that A gap, and the double team, they just couldn't make the adjustment. So 2 runs, you're going backwards, you leave yourself in 3rd and long.
And McCarthy's going to go out of the shotgun. The team is 1 of 1 on 3rd down. Miles Price, who has the only Vikings touchdown reception this preseason, in motion left. It's a screen to Ty Felton. Miles Price blocking it up, doing the best he can, but Ty grinds his way to the 29-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 7. They needed 13, and Johnny Hecker is into punt. The veteran Johnny Hecker, 15th year from Oregon State.
It is the preseason, Ben, but the penalties, the false starts, it's just a little sloppy to begin with, and that's the stuff that you're looking for because these twos they're a snap away from being starters. They've got to be able to play well too.
The first gunners, Charles Demings and Zamaya Vaughn. And here's the punch. Wester fields it at the 21, and in front of his bench gets to the 30, 35, bounces off a Viking, and grinds his way out of bounds at about the 40, 51-yard punt by Hecker, and a 20-yard return by Hester. Here come the Ravens, no score. This is Vikings football.
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm a Minnesota mom born and raised to cheer for the home team. Vikings fans don't give up easily, and neither do moms. When my son Liam was diagnosed with food allergies, I wanted better options. So I created Liam's, chef-crafted meals free from the top 9 allergens and ready in minutes. Safe meals, real flavor, no drama. Because we've got enough drama on game day. Find Liam's at your local grocer and learn more at saferplate.com. Skol Vikes!
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal. We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom? Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. See your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer. Hurry, offers end September 8th. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And Jerkface Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and hop on the Metro Blue and Green lines or multiple bus routes straight to U.S. Bank Stadium on game day. Give parking and traffic a punt. Make your round trip easy and avoid ticket lines with the all-day pass for one low price on all Metro Transit routes. Make the right call and find all your options at metrotransit.org/Vikings. That's metrotransit.org/Vikings. Game on for game day? Get on Metro Transit.
Minnesota Vikings football is courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. Ravens here for a preseason game. 3 weeks from tomorrow, the regular season opener. It's the Green Bay Packers here. Then the Vikings head to Chicago and at Tampa. You see that bye after a game at New Orleans. Week 11, San Francisco is in Mexico City. And you finish with a home game against the Chicago Bears. Scoreless in the first quarter. The Vikings got a first down, then had to punt. And here comes Tyler Huntley, 7th year from Utah. He's been Lamar Jackson's chief backup for 6 consecutive years. Handoff to the tailback up the middle for a couple of yards. And I mentioned this to Pete on the KFAM pregame show. I'm very curious to see what these Ravens do today because they didn't play any of their frontliners in a 24-7 preseason win against Philadelphia. I mean, no Lamar Jackson, no Henry, Flowers, Roquan, Kyle Hamilton. They amassed 31 first downs to 6 for Philadelphia, ran 76 plays to 40. They had 440 yards of offense, and their 3 quarterbacks went 30 of 37 for 0 picks as Huntley is under pursuit by Ingram Dawkins. Flag comes in. Huntley, nicknamed Snoop, runs to the right side, out of bounds at about the 43. Our 3rd flag today will go against the Baltimore Ravens and nullify a Tyler Huntley run of 4, maybe 5.
Holding. Offense number 71. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's their first-round pick, Benga Ioane, the first-round pick, playing in the 2nd preseason game.
That's just an awareness thing when you have a double team to begin with, and you let Ingram Dawkins split it. So great job by Ingram Dawkins to split that double team, but Ioane has to know that's my guy. I got to stay on him.
Yeah, it was the late addition by the blitz from our secondary that really pulled him off. But again, credit to Ty Ingram Dawkins, who I think needs to have a big game today as well. A little slow last week as he's learning multiple positions.
2nd and 18, Huntley facing a blitz. He'll roll out to the right side, point at Ingram Dawkins, and then try to elude him. But some Vikings throw him down at about the 34-yard line. 23, James Pierre. This is our player spotlight courtesy of Twin Cities Orthopedics. And Pete and/or Ben, he's in a big-time battle with rookie Charles Demings for playing time.
Yes, he is. And James Pierre, what I love about him is he was a gunner with the Pittsburgh Steelers, played a lot of special teams. Anybody who's a gunner, like Jake Reed back in the day, you got to be tough and you got to be fast.
He's also the cousin of starting Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Tight end in motion to the left. 3rd and 16 for the Ravens. Scoreless first quarter. Huntley takes the snap. Straight drop. Bounces around. And gets away from the sack. Steps up. Pumps again. Snoop Huntley fires up the middle. He's taken down at the 38 for a run of 4. And for more on James Pierre, here's Tatum.
I had the chance to talk to James about his cousin Lamar Jackson and facing him in joint practices. He said they've been playing against each other their whole life. It's like breathing. But on day 2 of camp, Pierre did get the last word. He picked off Lamar. No trash talking, though. He said that they like to keep it professional.
That's outstanding. And the Vikings defense was very professional against that Ravens offense. Ryan Eckley, 6th-round rookie from Michigan State. He's going to punt it. Right-footed punt. High and short. Ty Felton runs up on it. Oh, it was impeded. That's going to be the 4th penalty of the game. Ty Felton did not have an opportunity to catch the ball. And that penalty will be on Keandre Jackson, 2nd year from Illinois State. For a 4th time today, 5th if you caught the tail end of the coin toss, Alex Kemp, the referee, who did the joint practices in Egan.
Fair catch interference, kicking team number 39. 15-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
2nd preseason game, scoreless, Vikings ball, J.J. McCarthy at the helm. 8:40 to go in the first quarter on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
Listen to the heartbeat. Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason. With SUVs made to move with your rhythm. The versatile Equinox tackles your entire day. The spacious Traverse fits your crew and your whole weekend. And Trax brings style with value you can count on. All infused with tech that has your back. So your drive always hits the right chord. Listen to the heart.
Enjoy summer in a new Chevy. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. See your select Heartland Chevy dealers. Finance charges accrue from date of financing. Deferred monthly payments for 90 days. 0% APR for 60 months. Monthly payment is $16.67 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 6.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Down payment required at signing if applicable. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/31/26.
Some things in life just don't fit. Like wearing a cheesehead to a Vikings game.
Come on, man.
Or trying to parallel park a pontoon in downtown Minneapolis. Whoops. But your shoes, they should fit. At Trade Home Shoes, we'll fit your lifestyle with brands like Hoka, On, Birkenstock, and Rival, plus expert fitting from people who know shoes. You'll be ready for game day. Find your fit at Trade Home Shoes.
CF Moto is the official partner of dirt roads, sand dunes, rock crawls, and wooded trails. The official partner of working remotely and turning errands into expeditions. The official partner of taking the off-road less traveled. And now, the official ATV and side-by-side partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Made for the American dream, our powerful machines let you ride without compromise. Affordable ATVs, UTVs, side-by-sides, motorcycles, and more. CF Moto. More comes standard.
Vikings football from Minneapolis on the Vikings Entertainment Network. Purchase a Kids Club membership for the littlest Vikings fans in your lives. Members receive a welcome kit, invitation to VIP events, exclusive player interactions, and more. Available for kids 14 and under. Learn more at Vikings.com/kidsclub. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, Tatum Everett on the sideline. And J.J. McCarthy, 3 of 4 for 24 yards on the Vikings' first offensive possession. Damon Claiborne is the tailback. Second-year tight end, Ben Urosic in motion to the left. Toss left to Claiborne following the blocking of said tight end. And a host of Ravens will gather him in after a gain of 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, the nice thing is we got some positive yards there. It wasn't much, but after the last series...
We got a first down.
Yeah, but, we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot, not only just on the kickoff return, but just, not picking up a blitzing linebacker. It was positive yards. Hopefully we can get now into 3rd and manageable after this play.
McCarthy takes a high snap, gets away from a blitz. Ooh, a deep one to Ty Felton. Get up there, Ty! Yes! Brings it in at the 12, maybe the 11-yard line. McCarthy found the single coverage. Felton made them pay. And it's a connection of 50 and a first down.
Great job by McCarthy keeping the play alive with his feet. And then he just saw that one-on-one matchup between Dante McMillan and Ty Felton and said, you know what, I'm throwing a 50-50 ball. And Felton, who's having an unbelievably good training camp, Paul, he's really stepped up his game, comes down with a big catch.
But he really needed that after last week, kind of a similar back shoulder type of throw, not necessarily the same process, but drops the ball, hits him in the numbers, so that's great redemption right there for Ty Felton.
Pistol formation, McCarthy in front of Claiborne. McCarthy pumps twice, throws left flat, caught Claiborne, 10-5. And with a burst, gets down to the 2-yard line on 1st and goal. So it's 2nd and goal. And for more on Ty Felton, here's Tatum.
He has been working through contact so much better, is something he told me about his offseason, that it all starts with that mentality. And he considers this year to be more of a learning phase. He prepared this offseason going back to his alma mater, the University of Maryland. He trained with familiar names like Jordan Addison and former Maryland wide receiver and former Viking Stephon Diggs. He trained with them during his college days and takes his confidence and swag from that guy. 2nd and goal
from the 3. The aforementioned Felton to the right. McCarthy, straight drop. Eyes to the end zone. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete to Ty Felton. Ty started on the right side of the formation, came all the way across the back of the end zone. JJ with a fastball, 3rd and goal.
Good protection up front off of the play action. And to go back a play, Damon Claiborne had 558 rushing attempts last year, Paul, but he only caught 55 footballs. So anytime he's able to be a receiver out of the backfield, that's big. That talks about his development.
And that pass was down by his knees, so he had to work to bring it in. 3rd and goal for the Vikings from the 3. McCarthy's under center. scoreless. Handoff Claiborne, up the middle, grinds after eluding a tackle, and it's a gain of 2. So it'll be 4th and goal. Now, Wes Phillips, the offensive coordinator, is calling the offense all game for the Minnesota Vikings. You see Kevin O'Connell on Fox 9. Wes Phillips, about 15 yards to his left. He's calling the offense all game. Inside linebackers coach Mike Saravo calls the first half defense. Defensive line coach Ryan Nielsen calls the first half. I'll make that the second half defense. Play clock's running down. We're at 10. It's 4th and goal for the Vikings. About 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and we're scoreless. McCarthy, shotgun. Miles Price, short motion to the right. McCarthy looks that way. He throws it incomplete. Miles Price, it went right through his hands. JJ threw a fastball, but it still went right through his hands. And the Ravens have turned over the Vikings on downs. Scoreless from Minneapolis, first quarter. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Vikings fans, are you headed to Mystic Lake Amphitheater? Park at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel and ride free to every show. No hassle, no stress, just park, hop on, and enjoy the music. Your park and ride awaits. Visit mysticlake.com for details.
There's a new destination for all things Minnesota high school sports. It's called Strib Varsity. It's from the Minnesota Star Tribune, so you know it's trusted. With a deep bench to cover all of Minnesota. We've rebuilt and relaunched our MN Prep hubs and added more sports. Stories, streams, stats, scores, schedules. We have it all at Strib Varsity. Subscribe today at startribune.com/stribvarsity.
Some things in life just don't fit, like wearing a cheesehead to a Vikings game. Come on, man. Or trying to parallel park a pontoon in downtown Minneapolis. Whoops! But your shoes, they should fit. At Trade Home Shoes, we'll fit your lifestyle with brands like Hoka, On, Birkenstock, and Rival, plus expert fitting from people who know shoes. You'll be ready for game day. Find your fit at Trade Home Shoes.
The rent's coming up. Also, gotta get groceries. And I should probably set up an emergency fund. Plus, I want to start my own business. Sorta. Maybe. But first, the trip I've been dying to take.
Wings is here to make sure it all adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Insured by NCUA.
Vikings fans, are you headed to Mystic Lake Amphitheater? Park at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel and ride free to every show. No hassle, no stress, just park, hop on, and enjoy the music. Your park and ride awaits. Visit mysticlake.com for details.
Beautiful shot of Minneapolis. Vikings football, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. And Charles Demings, a corner, courtesy of Stephen F. Austin. This is our Hy-Vee rookie spotlight, Ben.
Well, he's got an attitude to back up his play this preseason. And what you don't see on the screen right now, he was rated as one of the most athletic cornerbacks to ever come out of the scouting combine in the last 40 years. So that really speaks high volumes to his physicality and what he can do. And he's made some exciting plays. And like I said, it doesn't matter who he's lined up against. He wants the ball out.
Tyler Huntley with his heels in the end zone after the Vikings win 6 plays, 62 yards, headed 4th and goal. And McCarthy and Miles Price could not hook up for a touchdown. Jonathan Ward, the veteran, gets the call up the middle, and he's stopped by several Vikings after a gain of 2 yards. Jonathan Ward, 6th-year from Central Michigan. He was on the Ravens practice squad last year.
Yeah, whenever you can get Caleb Banks one-on-one with the tight end, he's going to win that battle, and that's what they can do with him. He's so quick and maneuverable. You slant him one way or the other, you get that mismatch, and he's able to use his hands, come off, and make a tackle.
Vikings defensive line, Caleb Banks, Dominic Orange, a couple of rookies, Tyler Batty and Ty Ingram-Dawkins stand up on the edge. Huntley nearly for a safety, and he threw the ball to the right side, incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Ravens. Tyler Batty just all over this veteran Huntley.
See, this is what I love about our defense, the versatility, athleticism of our guys up front. It was a called slant play. Everybody was moving defensively to the left because we're bringing a blitz to the right. And when we can get our big athletic guys on half a man, half an offensive lineman, we can get that penetration that we're looking for.
The Ravens are 0 of 1 on 3rd down. Play clock's down to 7. Ravens break the huddle. Jay Ward is in the game on the edge. Huntley's probably saw the Jackson Dart hit, so he picks up on it, throws over the middle, incomplete, and no flags. Davion Armstead between the hash marks knocked it away, and the rookie Eckley is in to punt. Vikings should have good field position.
Yeah, nice job by Davion Armstead, rookie from North Texas, just recognizing the route, seeing that bunch formation, and then knew he was going to get the in route, and he jumped that right away, Ben. So that shows a lot of awareness by the young man.
Well, and I think, all that pressure that we're bringing, I know that was a shorter route, but they do not want the quarterback to get hit, especially when he's in his own end zone.
Eckley, 9 yards deep in the end zone. Right-footed boomer. Ty Felton retreats, brings it in at the 37, far side, heads left, spins at the 40, gets away from a Raven, and the Vikings offense is set up with good field position after a 10-yard return. Scoreless, 5:01 to go in the first quarter on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Bring on Vikings football with new gear from Shields. From jerseys, accessories, and signed collectibles. Represent your team's iconic colors at the big game. Shields is your ultimate shopping destination with knowledgeable experts and great customer service to get you fitted for your passion. Whether you love style, sports, or the great outdoors, find it at your local Shields or Shields.com. Our experts are here to make every day a win. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
U.S. Bank and the Minnesota Vikings share one belief, that the biggest wins come from everyone working together. And that's exactly how U.S. Bank's Smartly checking and savings are designed, working like a team to reward you more, because together is always the best play. That's the power of us, official bank sponsor of the Minnesota Vikings. Visit usbank.com today to reach your financial goals. Member FDIC, copyright 2026, U.S. Bank.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Scoreless in Minneapolis, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. And Vikings fans, get ready. We will unveil the all-new Rivalries uniform this Tuesday, August 25th. Get your first look before the team takes the field December 20th versus the Detroit Lions. Learn more at Vikings.com/rivalries. The game is presented by Miller Lite. Now, the Vikings just went 6 plays, 62 yards, got shut down at the goal line on 4th and goal. A part of that was a 50-yard connection from J.J. McCarthy to Ty Felton. Once again, McCarthy gets the first quarter-ish. Wentz after him up to halftime, and Max Brosmer the majority of the second half. That was the plan into the game. First down, rookie Damon Claiborne left side, weaves his way outside the numbers to the 50, into Ravens territory for a gain of 3. Maybe 2. It'll be second down. Damon Claiborne, 6th-round rookie from Wake Forest, spent all 4 years for the playing for the Demon Deacons. We bring that up because you get so many players who are like, Holy Cross, Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, then to the National Football League. When DeMond was at Wake Forest, he had 26 rushing touchdowns. As Pete mentioned earlier, just a couple of receiving touchdowns, and he ran 12 times for 34 yards last game at the Giants. McCarthy hit from behind, and he is sacked. Mike Green, second-year outside linebacker from Marshall. And it'll be third down.
Yeah, Mike Green was able to eventually get around Henry Bird at left tackle, but the timing of that play was off. I mean, McCarthy it was a window there. He was looking down the field, didn't like what he saw, and then instead of pulling it down and running, he tried to stay in the pocket, and then got hit from behind.
3:55 and counting to go in the first quarter. Third down for the Vikings, 3rd and 14. McCarthy, 5-step drop, straight drop, over the middle, caught first down. Ravens territory at the 35-yard line. JJ patiently waited for Jayshon Jones to break off the route. 19-yard hit.
Holding.
What?
Offense number 68.
Okay.
10-yard penalty. Still third down.
Well, Henry Bird is a guard by trade. Rookie Caleb Tiernan is not playing. He got nicked up in the Giants game. So, I mean, Bird gets a little grace there, right? I mean, he's filling in at left tackle, or is that not right?
Yeah, no, I can't really give him much of an out there. I mean, he got beat with speed on the outside. It was just a great job by Green, kind of switching up his pass rush, knocked his hands down on that sack on the play before, and then set him up on the outside, then worked his way back to the inside and kind of got his feet mixed up, so he had to grab on the inside there. But a really good job by McCarthy staying in the pocket, getting that ball delivered with accuracy, even though he was getting hit low.
All right, 3rd and 24 from the Vikings 35, scoreless. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. McCarthy, shotgun. It's a gun run. Claiborne, lickety split up the middle between the hash marks. Across the 50, hit at the 45, stopped at the 45. That's 10 yards for DeMond Claiborne. Johnny Hecker was the first punter, and now Brett Thorson comes into the game. Thorson, a rookie from Georgia, the 2025 Ray Guy Award winner as the nation's top punter. And what's big for him, if they get an opportunity, are the holds for field goals and extra points, because he didn't hold at Georgia. He held 2 times last week from Reichert, and Will made both. Low snap, end over end punt. And it is brought in fair catch fashion at the 12-yard line. 43-yard punt, and it was inside the 20 for the rookie. Joshua Metellus joins us in the fourth quarter. He'll be mic'd up on the sideline, just like Justin Jefferson was last week at MetLife Stadium. Joshua Metellus, been a key factor to the Vikings defense this year.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's going to have to increase his role from a leadership standpoint as well, with Harrison Smith retiring. If he's going to retire, we don't know that. But I think Metellus being the older vet now in the defensive back room, he's got to step up to leadership. We know what he can do on the field, a little bit of a Swiss Army knife, so excited for him this season.
Huntley, 0 of 2. He's fast, eludes pressure, runs to the left side, gets to the 15. Jake Colday, Cincinnati rookie, throws him out of bounds after a gain of 5. Joshua Metellus mic'd up for the fourth quarter. Before that, General Manager Nolan Teasley will be joining us here in the box behind the Vikings bench. But that's a very prescient and adroit point that Ben made, because with Harrison Smith, who has some Hall of Fame to him, for his playing ability, his communicative skills on the back end of Flores' defense, getting a sound replacement for that is very key, and Metellus is doing a good job. Cross right. Dominic Orange, Big Citrus. Big Citrus throws the tailback down. There's Joshua Metellus preparing for his mic'd-up opportunity today. No game.
Yeah, and for Joshua Metellus, Paul, you're absolutely right. His challenge is going to be to take his game to the next level. And by that, I mean mentally. Identifying offenses, being able to check from one blitz to another, just like Harrison Smith did last year. Harrison Smith was so productive, not because of his height, weight, and speed and those skills. It was because of his mental abilities. And that's what Metellus needs to get.
Low snap, Ravens 0-2 on third down. Huntley facing a blitz, throws to the right side. Incomplete. He was looking for talented third-round USC rookie Jacoby Lang, who had a touchdown against the Eagles last game. But stark contrast for Tyler Tyler Huntley. I'm not exactly sure what Philadelphia put out there with his 2s and 3s last game, but he went 6 of 7 for 76 yards, and he currently is 0 of 3, and he's having a really rough time.
Yeah, the defense overall is playing lights out. Defensive front's really getting after it. Tyler Batty's made a bunch of plays in the backfield so far, and credit to Chuck Demings on that play. He's really, really physical and good at the press corner when he's rolled up on the wide receiver. And because of physicality on that timing throw, he just threw everything off. The timing wasn't there, and the ball was inaccurate.
Trayvon Rudolph heels on the 24. He wiggles to the left. That was nice. Now he sprints out to the right. Gets to the 40. By the sideline. Shoved out of bounds at the 46. It is a 21-yard return for Trayvon Rudolph. One of a handful of players new general manager Nolan Teasley has brought into the Minnesota Vikings. He just got hired June 1st. And one of the first moves he made was bringing in this guy.
Well, Pete, you know, you've played a lot of special teams and you understand special teams. If you're going to give up ground on the return, you better make it count, because a lot of coaches hate that when you go the opposite direction.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And when you bounce it outside, it usually means you're going backwards. But great job by the special teams. They started out with a penalty, but since then, they've been penalty free, and they've been able to flip the field. And if you look at where our offense has taken control of the football, it's been around midfield, which for us is fantastic because we're only 15, 20 yards from being in field goal range.
McCarthy, 5 of 8, 81 yards. Yards per attempt is 10.1. Scoreless. Hand off to Claiborne. Up the middle, hit hard at the 46. Falls ahead for 2 yards. Now, Claiborne, he's not the tallest guy. He's a 4'3" guy with the 40 at the combine, but he's big in the upper body, and they really like that.
Yeah, he has a good foundation, Paul, and I think the thing with DeMont Claiborne is just ball security. It's something that haunted him a little bit in college, and he's going to have to figure that out. Now, in talking to Robert Smith and Leroy Horde during the week, it's a technique bit. It's a technique thing, and he has to just perfect that and hold on to the football.
He had 10 fumbles and lost 7 of them at Wake Forest.
False start, offense number 13, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Ty Felton jumped the gun on 2nd and 8, make it 2nd and 13. 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Vikings had a possession. They went 6 plays, 62 yards. That included a 50-yard hit from J.J. McCarthy to Ty Felton, and they had a 1st and goal at the 10. They got down to the 1, and they went for it 4th and goal. Miles Price wiggled his way open. McCarthy threw a fastball right through the hands of Miles Price, so they got shut down at the 1. Deshaun Jones in motion to the left. 2 receivers left. McCarthy, shotgun, 4-man rush. Straight drop, looks left, looks right. Throws it left to Deshaun Jones, went through his hands. So it'll be 2nd and 13. Is McCarthy throwing it too hard?
Yes.
I mean, like almost every pass except that Felton pass.
Yeah, and you can understand, I think, why the process is sped up, because he's doing a really good job of progressing through all of his reads, and he's getting enough time from the offensive line to sometimes go back to that primary read just like he did there. But in doing so, you know that internal clock's going off. You still have to slow down your arm speed.
Vikings 1 of 4 on 3rd down. McCarthy hit as he throws, lofted up a nice one left side that time. And Miles Price did not bring it in. And as Alex Kemp just told us, that's the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
Hey, Vikings faithful, check this out. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about being game day ready for kickoff to the final whistle. Our lineup includes Dove Essentials. Start with shampoo and conditioner to keep your hair looking and feeling its best. Next, lather up with body wash for a clean, refreshed look before the big game. Lastly, finish strong with deodorant for all-day freshness and long-lasting protection. Whether you're cheering from the stands or your living room, stock up on your game day Dove Essentials and Skol Vikings.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Vikings Nation! Combine tasty Little Caesars pizza with NFL football, and what do you get? Game day! Little Caesars, proud pizza partner of the Minnesota Vikings, invites you to order your favorite Little Caesars pizza or try something new. On game day, Little Caesars is always convenient. From carryout to delivery to pizza portal pickup, just call or text a few good friends and celebrate with delicious Little Caesars pizza and the Minnesota Vikings Game of the Week.
Pizza. Back to Vikings football on Minnesota's station for sports, FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
In Minneapolis, beat the Giants last game and finished with Denver this Friday. And we are scoreless into the second quarter. Johnny Hecker for his second punt. LeJante Wester, second-year sixth-rounder from Colorado. He's deep for the Baltimore Ravens. Hecker's first punt went for 51 yards, 15-year veteran from Oregon State. Won a Super Bowl with Kevin O'Connell with the LA Rams. Nice punt by Johnny Hecker inside the 20. And Wester brings it in at the 9. And we have, make that Wester, we have quick trip trivia. Who scored Minnesota's only touchdown in a 24-16 win against the Ravens, October of 2017? Was it Jet, Latavius Murray, Kyle Rudolph, or Adam Thielen? Thank you, Quick Trip. We'll have the answer coming up for you shortly. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, Tatum Everett on the sideline, you were saying?
No, I think I know the answer to that question. But
do you? You
well,
take, yeah.
I think it's Bravo.
All right.
Huntley going to fake a toss left, throw right. That was nice. Caught by Josh Cuevas, the tight end, turns it up at the 25. And he's taken down after a 22-yard catch and run, taken down by Jacob Thomas, who had an interception in the game at MetLife, undrafted from James Madison University. So Tyler Huntley has completed a pass a week after he went 6 for 7, 76 yards against Philadelphia. He's under center. Veteran Ward gets the call, bumps it out to the left side, runs away from Elijah Williams. And Thomas brings him down. Here's the answer. 2017 against the Ravens. Sweet cut by the lanky Latavius.
I got that one right, so I said
got
Bravo.
it right. You said Bravo.
It's amazing. I can't remember yesterday, but I remember that play.
You know what you're doing there, Pete.
Danny Isadora.
Isadora.
The former Kane, Danny Isadora on the offensive line. Who knew? First and 10 for the Vikings from their own 32. We're scoreless. Huntley. Ward. Room. Roberts brings him down. That's the other Jacob. We have Jacob Thomas, who picked off Brandon Allen at MetLife. And we have Jacob Roberts, who also picked off Brandon Allen at MetLife. And Thomas and Roberts make up a nice little Jacob duo there.
I tell you what, I've been really impressed with Jacob Thomas, the safety out of James Madison. Amazing story, walks on in college, has to go out and prove himself after only playing high school his junior and senior year. Always felt like he's the underdog. He's got to work a little bit harder than everybody else, and I think these last 2 preseason games he's really shown out.
The other Jacob Roberts goes on a drop. Third down, pass right, caught first down for the Ravens. And that is LeJante Wester, who had 0 receptions on 3 targets versus the Eagles. And that's a gain of 5 yards and a first down for the Ravens.
You mentioned Jacob Thomas, and then you talk about Charles Demings, who only played high school. He played high school football as a freshman, came back as a senior, and Stephen F. Austin was the only FCS school that offered him anything, and he took it. And look at him now. So it's awesome to see these guys just from anywhere make it to this level.
First down, Tyler Huntley, 7th year from Utah. Straight drop, blitz, and Huntley throws right, and it is caught by Cuevas, the 5th-round rookie from Alabama, with his 2nd reception. And Huntley was facing a blitz from Jay Ward, I believe, and he got the pass off just in the nick of time.
Yeah, the Ravens' offensive front, including their tight ends and their running backs, are doing just a better job on this drive of not only controlling the line of scrimmage of the run game, but also kind of putting our defense on our heels a little bit because of that. So then when we do blitz, they're better able to protect Huntley right now.
Walker in motion to the right, and it's a handoff, flag on the play. That is Elijah Tolliver, college free agent from Michigan State University. Went for 42 yards against the Eagles, gain of 2. Alex Kemp.
Holding. Offense number 78. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Gerald Lichtenhahn. Make that Jared Lichtenhahn, first-year guy from Oregon State.
And Bo Richter, who I think, after talking to Mike Sarabo, sneakily having a really good training camp. I think he, along with Ivan Pace, that linebacker crew, a lot of those younger guys that we need to step up and are doing so, and I think they'll be able to contribute during the season.
Tyler Huntley has made 16 starts through 6 seasons for the Ravens. And from under center, quick drop, screen left, caught by Tal Tolliver, and he turns the corner with Jake Golday, the Cincinnati rookie, finally bringing him down at about the 40. That is a screen gain of 8, maybe 9 yards on 1st and 20. So that'll make it 2nd and about 11.
Sometimes with these rookies, it's about the little things that happen. And that particular play, I know he wasn't a major factor in it, but Big Citrus, he felt the release of the offensive lineman. He took one hard step up the field, recognized that it was a screen play, put his foot in the ground to redirect. Now, again, did not make a play on that particular play, but I love the awareness by the rookie.
Blitz. Huntley fires over the middle, and it's caught by Jacoby Lane. 9-yard gain on 2nd and 11. So it's 3rd and short, scoreless, 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. This Huntley, after those joint practices, now granted he has 16 starts. He's been Lamar's backup for 6 years, so he's seen a lot. But he's pretty good at getting rid of the ball quickly, knowing this blitz is coming,
Yeah, he is. And then Jay Ward just overplayed it a little bit. If he'd have played that just a little bit quicker and right to the receiver, that might have been an interception.
3rd and 2 from the Vikings 31. It's a toss right. And on 3rd and 2, the Ravens will not get the first down. Wonderful open field tackling there by Jacob Roberts, Wake Forest rookie, undrafted, several other Vikings in the mix. And now Tyler Luke, the kicker for the Baltimore Ravens. He'll head in to try to put some points on the board. 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. We're scoreless. This will be a 49-yard try right hash to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Luke was 1 of 2 on field goals against Philadelphia. His make was from 42. Snap spot. Right-footed kick is good. Luke. There it is. We have points. 3-0 Ravens. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. See your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer. Hurry, offers end September 8th. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My daughter loves to meet her friends at Warrior Sculpt, and my boys, they love to compete on the pickleball courts, and it gets scrappy. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
The rent's coming up. Also, gotta get groceries. And I should
probably set up an emergency fund. Plus, I'll start my own business. Sorta. Maybe. But first, a trip I've been dying to take.
Wings is here to make sure it all adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Insured by NCUA.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and hop on the Metro Blue and Green lines or multiple bus routes straight to U.S. Bank Stadium on game day. Give parking and traffic a punt. Make your round trip easy and avoid ticket lines with the all-day pass for one low price on all Metro Transit routes. Make the right call and find all your options at metrotransit.org/Vikings. That's metrotransit.org/Vikings. Game on for game day? Get on Metro Transit.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And Jerkface Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Now back to Vikings football on the Fan.
Awesome. And he had a career best 14 receptions last year. This is his second year with the Minnesota Vikings. And boom. There's Loop's kick. We'll get into Jordan Mason a little more as Damon Claiborne returns it near side from the goal stripe, heads to the right, tripped up, taken down at the 19. It's a 19-yard return. Now, with the Vikings running this vertical wide zone running scheme, and Mason being identifiable as a between the tackles guy, I think what Tatum said is super imperative to lose weight and get himself a little leaner for that outside game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the wide outside zone, the running back has to get to that outside landmark just a little bit quicker before you can make any cuts, whether it's vertical or backside. And I think we all appreciate, even though he's a big body guy, he has really good footwork and great vision, and he knows how to make guys miss and punish would-be tacklers.
We have a new quarterback. It's veteran Carson Wentz. Handoff on 1st and 10 up the middle. Second down. Gain of 3. Carson Wentz, 11th year, North Dakota State University. Started 5 games for the Vikings last year. Against the Giants last week, game 1 of the preseason, he generated the team's only touchdown. He went 9 of 14, touchdown to Miles Price. He had 81 yards. And what was super impressive about Carson Wentz last year, he was signed August 24th. And like a month later, he's starting against the Cincinnati Bengals and winning the game. He's a scholar of the game. Jayshon Jones in motion to the right. 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. The lanky Wentz. High throw off the fingertips of Dante Fleming. It falls harmlessly, and it's 3rd down.
You know, everything about that play was set up perfectly. It was a great play action. He got his head snapped around quick, his feet set, and then this first pass of the second preseason game puts a little bit too much juice on it, on the outstretched arms. So, you know, it's one of those things where you got to calm down a little bit in this game.
Walter Rouse in at left guard. So that's an offensive line change. Vikings 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Also in Tristan Lee, undrafted from Clemson. He's the right tackle. Pass right by Wentz. Caught. 1st down, Dylan Bell, flag on the play. Tough throw for Wentz, too, by the way. Right hash mark, left boundary.
Yeah, and that's part of just the process. When you see press coverage, and you had 3rd and about 7, and that back shoulder fade or throw is
while the quarterback had the ball in the pocket, illegal contact. Defense number 27, penalties decline. The result of the play is a 1st down for Minnesota.
TJ Tampa Jr., 3rd year from Iowa State. Walter Rouse in at left guard. Henry Bird still the left tackle.
Yeah, Walter Rouse, his athleticism is really, for a big guy, second to none. He has great feet. It's just a matter of him getting stronger. You know, you got to get country strong if you want to be an offensive lineman. And Walter Rouse, I know, has been working on that, but he looks really, really good. And then the versatility to play guard and tackle.
Middle of the second quarter, 3-0 Baltimore. Xavier Scott, the tailback. Carson Wentz out of the shotgun. Looks left, shakes the shoulders, throws right. Xavier Scott caught it, kept his feet, turned it up to about the 39-yard line. Very nimble with the feet, Xavier Scott. Gained of about 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
And Xavier Scott out of the backfield, Paul, is a weapon. We saw him in Pittsburgh when we were in Ireland last year.
Yeah.
Out of the backfield, running routes as a wide receiver.
3rd year from Maine, converted wide receiver, Xavier Scott. 2nd and 2, actually. Handoff to Scott. He did it by air. Now he does it by land. Sadly, a flag's come in. 6 yards of powerhouse running by Xavier Scott, but
holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Michael Juergens, the backup center.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we've had a little bit of we've had some rhythm here on this drive outside that first throw by Wentz. You mentioned Xavier Scott. I mean, I think his biggest attribute, obviously, is his pass-catching ability. I mean, he's been really impressive the way he's been able to run between the tackles, use that run after catch in the passing game. The blitz pickup is still a little bit of a work in progress, but this guy works his butt off. I mean, he has turned himself into a college wide receiver, into an NFL running back, and he's doing a pretty good job.
2 runs for 6 yards at MetLife, 1 catch for 6 yards. Pete referenced it earlier. He has 1 receiving touchdown in the regular season. It was from Carson Wentz at Dublin last year against Pittsburgh. Wentz quickly throws left to wide receiver Dylan Bell, who gets a tap on his helmet, a tap of affirmation from head coach Kevin O'Connell. So that's a gain of 8 yards and a Minnesota Vikings first down.
What a great play by Carson Wentz. I mean, Baltimore's showing a too high type of a look, and then at the snap they drop a safety in, this is what NFL defenses do now. Is he notices that, so he knows that he has that shoulder fade or that comeback fade on the outside. So Carson Wentz doing a wonderful job just reading what Baltimore's giving him.
Wentz goes under center. The center is Michael Juergens. That's Blake Brandle's backup. Handoff Xavier Scott, some room to the left side with a burst across the 45, and Scott is out of bounds at the 49. It's a quick hitting gain of 5 yards, making it 2nd and 5. Once again, offensive coordinator Wes Phillips is calling the offense the entire game for the Vikings, and there may be some people who are like, well, we're happy for you. It's a preseason game. That's not the case. Talk to Kevin O'Connell about this, and it's like the problem solving from 1st down to 2nd, 2nd to 3rd. This is a big thrill and opportunity for Wes.
Well, and all these play callers, they have to feel the game, right? They have to understand what their players are executing at a high level and continue to build on that as the game goes along.
Wentz, quick hitter right to Dylan Bell. Undrafted Dylan Bell with a gain of 6 and a Minnesota Vikings first down. Dylan Bell had a couple of runs at the New York Giants last week. 2 runs for 27 yards. And in watching him in these joints against Baltimore or all training camp, Juwan Jennings, who won't play today, is one of the best run-blocking wide receivers in the last 20 years of the NFL. If I'm Dylan Bell and I'm on the practice squad, not saying he can't catch, but he's big and sturdy, then I watch Juwan and I'm like, hey, what he does might keep me in the league for a long time, because Dylan has that to him. 3 catches, 22 yards for the aforementioned Bell. Wentz, handoff, Xavier Scott made a Raven miss, but then the flock converges. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, going back to Dylan Bell, he's been a Swiss Army knife type of player when he was at Georgia. He could run with the football as a running back. He could throw the football as well. Obviously, he could play receiver. They're going to ask him to do a lot of those same things here with the Vikings. He's going to play the X receiver on the left. He's going to play the Z receiver on the right. Get a little slot play. We saw the jet sweep. So it might be a little slow to go before he can play super, super fast and natural because there's so much on his plate. But the guy's loaded with talent.
He had 11 receiving touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns at Georgia. Wentz, straight drop, sidearm to the right, caught Jurasic. Ball was tipped. He caught it at the line of scrimmage, thrown back for a yard. So, 4:10 and counting to go in the first half. And it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Minnesota Vikings, trailing the Baltimore Ravens 3-0. Ravens win 9 plays, 60 yards, took 5.5 minutes earlier this quarter. And their kicker, Tyler Loop, hit from 49 yards. The Vikings had a possession, their second offensive possession, led by McCarthy. They went 6 plays, 67 yards. Beautiful 50-yard hit to Ty Felton, but they got stopped on 4th and goal at the 1. Wentz facing a blitz. Safety blitz got through, and Wentz is taken down. Sneaky safety blitz by these Baltimore Ravens. That was Keandre Jackson, second year from Illinois State. It's a loss of 9, and rookie Brett Thorson is in to punch.
Yeah, that's why defenses blitzing that down and distance, Ben, because you don't have any hot routes because it's not going to get you the first down, and Carson Wentz just didn't have the time.
No, and we talked about Xavier Scott. You know, he's still a developing running back, especially in pass pro. And, you know, he saw color in that B gap inside the tackle. He thought he had to step up and take that guy, not understanding the tackle was going to take him. He does not see the late blitzing safety, and the safety gets there scot-free.
Rookie Thorson, his first punt, 42 yards. This is an end-over-end production. And Thorson, the Ray Guy Award winner last year, 2 punts, both inside the 20. 3-0 Ravens. Second quarter, it's Vikings football.
Did you know the human face can make over 10,000 expressions? It's true. And when you meet face-to-face with a Verizon business expert, you get to make some of the best faces. Faces like the, wow, how convenient the Verizon business expert came to me face. Or, this Verizon business expert understands my small business needs face. Face it, you're busy running your business, so your local Verizon business expert can come to you. And they won't quit until the solutions fit, even as your business grows. Visit Verizon.com/book today to schedule an appointment with your local Verizon business expert.
There's a new destination for all things Minnesota high school sports. It's called Strib Varsity. It's from the Minnesota Star Tribune, so you know it's trusted. With a deep bench to cover all of Minnesota. We've rebuilt and relaunched our MM Prep hubs and added more sports. Stories, streams, stats, scores, schedules. We have it all at Strib Varsity. Subscribe today at startribune.com/stribvarsity.
Vikings Nation! Combine tasty Little Caesars pizza with NFL football, and what do you get? Game day! Little Caesars, proud pizza partner of the Minnesota Vikings, invites you to order your favorite Little Caesars pizza or try something new. On game day, Little Caesars is always convenient. From carry-out to delivery to pizza portal pickup, just call or text a few good friends and celebrate with delicious Little Caesars pizza and the Minnesota Vikings game of the week.
Pizza, pizza. The rent's coming up. Also, gotta get groceries. And I should probably set up an emergency fund. Plus, I want to start my own business. Sorta. Maybe. But first, a trip I've been dying to take.
Wings is here to make sure it all adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Insured by NCUA.
Hey, this is Carson Wentz of the Minnesota Vikings, and you're listening to Vikings Football on KFAN.
Ravens, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. What's going on, everybody? Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, I'm Paul Allen, and we thank Hammermade for adorning us with the wardrobe. This week, unlike MetLife, I'm going to put this nice Hammermade coat on, and I also haven't felt my ribs in 30 years. So therefore, you can get all these beautiful shirts and ties and coats and suits and everything from Brenda at Ridgedale, hammermade.com. Let's go back to the game. 3-0 Baltimore. New quarterback in. It's Joe Vignano, undrafted rookie from UConn. Vignano chewed up the Eagles in the first preseason game. My man went 22 of 28, 224 yards, a touchdown and a pick. And he also had a run for a yard. Joe Vignano. He's the quarterback now for the Baltimore Ravens. Tyler Huntley, Lamar's backup, goes 5 of 8, 62 yards. And that will be a game for him as Tavir Thomas comes on the blitz, picked up, throw right. Lester cannot bring it in. Hey, big citrus, Dominic Orange on the drive. 97 on the drop.
What was that, a cover 2 drop there, Pete?
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
A little underneath hook drop and a bit of a preseason celebration. He's going to have to work on that.
Yeah, great play by Big Citrus. I do want to go back and play Jacob Roberts, number 48. I tell you what, man, this guy is just showcasing a lot of instincts. He was in on that last run play, doing a good job diagnosing where he could fit in that gap. and shooting it and making his presence felt. He made a play last week with the interception. He's making plays again today.
Approaching the 2-minute warning. Fignano, straight drop, got away from a sack, runs up the middle, and Golday brings him down just shy of the first down. Just shy of the first down. Cincinnati's Jake Golday.
This is the 2-minute warning.
He saved a first down. And we'll be back shortly. It's the 2-minute warning. 3-0 Ravens, courtesy of the VEN.
Hi, I'm Kelly O'Connell from Fox 9. Have you downloaded Fox Local yet? You should. Fox Local is how you stream Fox 9 on your TV or your phone for free. You can watch all of our newscasts.
Wake up with Fox 9.
Original programming.
Welcome to Jason's Show. I'm Jace.
And all of your Vikings and Gopher shows.
And welcome back to Vikings Game Day Live.
So download Fox Local on your TV or your phone and stay connected to Fox 9.
Download Fox Local to stream your Vikings shows like Vikings Game Day Live.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Hey, Vikings fans, when you stay at Omni Viking Lakes, you stay at the official hotel of your favorite team. At Omni, we believe experiences matter, which is why we built this place for real fans like yourself, even putting it right next to the practice facility. You've dreamt of a place like this, and now you can dream in a place like this. Score! So, Vikings fans, when you're looking for a place to stay in the game at Omni Viking Lakes Hotel.
Ready, set.
TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready, set.
TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready, set.
TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Caleb Banks of the Minnesota Vikings. Hear me play all season long on The Fan.
Courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network, Ravens lead 3-0 on a beautiful Saturday in Minneapolis as the Skull line bangs us back into action. The Ravens indeed missed the first down, so it's 4th and short from their own 23. The Baltimore Ravens have a new coach. After 18 years, including a Super Bowl victory, John Harbaugh went to the Giants, saw him last week. Jesse Minter is their new head coach. He was the LA Chargers defensive coordinator 2024 and 2025. Former defensive coordinator at Michigan when J.J. McCarthy and Max Bredesen, along with Minter, won a national championship after the 23 season, beating the Washington Huskies. The rookie Eckley punting it to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Trayvon Rudolph had a nice return last opportunity. Eckley, high punt. Rudolph eyeballs the coverage, retreats to the 17 near side, jukes left. Now he looks to circumnavigate to the right. Discretion's the better part of valor. And he dives up the middle, taken down at about the 17-yard line. But we do have another flag. This has been another one of those games with a lot of penalties, just like the Giants game last week. Vikings 5 penalties, 40 yards. Ravens 3 for 35.
During the return, personal foul, blindside block, receiving team number 56. That's half the distance to the goal line. First down, timeout.
All right, let's pause. Minute 48 to go in the first half. Vikings ball, Ravens lead 3-0 on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
Ready, set.
TCO for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready, set.
TCO for more urgent care locations.
Ready, set.
Go to Twin Cities Orthopedics, TCOMN.com.
To the traveler I want to be. I hope you're having the kind of adventure you didn't know existed. In a place like South Dakota, where the rugged wilderness and the open road teach you just how wild life can feel. I hope you're collecting more moments than things. And instead of letting life slip on by, you're choosing to move with it. Because there's so much South Dakota, so little time. Book your escape at TravelSouthDakota.com.
Hey, Vikings faithful, check this out. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about being game day ready for kickoff to the final whistle. Our lineup includes Dove Essentials. Start with shampoo and conditioner to keep your hair looking and feeling its best. Next, lather up with body wash for a clean, refreshed look before the big game. Lastly, finish strong with deodorant for all-day freshness and long-lasting protection. Whether you're cheering from the stands or your living room, stock up on your game day Dove Essentials and Skol Vikings.
Discover the ultimate destination to live, work, and play at Viking Lakes. From top-tier office spaces in the Minnesota Vikings World Headquarters to exciting live entertainment and luxury apartment living, Viking Lakes has it all. Discover Viking Lakes residences with spacious apartments, best-in-class finishes, and unparalleled amenities. Our community sets the standard for suburban luxury. Are you planning a company holiday party or a fall picnic? Our venue is perfect for any event. For additional information, please visit ExploreVikingLakes.com. Experience suburban luxury like never before.
Vikings fans, are you headed to Mystic Lake Amphitheater? Park at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel and ride free to every show. No hassle, no stress, just park, hop on, and enjoy the music. Your park and ride awaits. Visit MysticLake.com for details.
Hey, this is James Pierre. You're listening to Vikings Football.
The Fan. 48 to go in the first half, thanks to the Vikings Entertainment Network. The Vikings have the ball to close the first half. Hey, Ben Lieber, look at our new team photographer, Pete Bursich, with his $3,500 camera.
You were talking about the camera on the radio. I had no idea it was like one of the giant ones. Look at that thing.
Give
us the details on this.
It's a Sony 400 f2.8 lens. Fast, very fast.
What?
Sony AR7 R4.
So what's this
because
mean?
It's a 61 megapixel monster.
Whew. So I mean, are you going to start like doing NFL photography and leave the in-booth analyst job?
No, not at all.
Because I saw now those pictures that you were taking. They're spectacular.
They really
and
are.
I asked you, hey, can I put one on Twitter? And you're like, let me talk to the Vikings Entertainment Network. Okay. When do we get to see these excellent
pretty
pictures?
Soon. I think they're going to put them out pretty soon. Now, I have to give credit to my fiance Jennifer. She's the one that got me in. She's the one that's into photography.
Yep, and paid for the camera.
And buying her gifts and all that. I got into it, and then, so I got to know what those things are, how they work, and it's really, it's an amazing hobby, and I love doing it. I had more fun at practice than I've had probably ever in my life.
Are you a nature guy, too?
Yes, I'm a big bird guy. Big bird guy.
Yeah, figured as much. You're about the right
age. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Absolutely.
Ron, bring the receivers over here. Let's get them on camera real quick. We have something really cool happening here in the broadcast booth. We have all of the members, or 4 of the members of the Golden Gophers wide receiver group. How about this? High five, man. You guys got a game coming up here soon. Then you get the SEC and you get Washington. This is a talented group right here for PJ Flex team. Good seeing you. Thank you, Ron Johnson. Appreciate you, man. That was really sweet. It's been a fun day. Dylan Bell in motion to the right. 3rd and 8 from the 11. Wentz. 3-0 Ravens. Blitz. Wentz fires hot left. Caught Fleming. 20-yard line. That's a 9-yard connection, and Minnesota Vikings first down. Carson Wentz sensed that blitz, got rid of it quickly. That's what veterans do.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into that play. Just to get that route to where it's going to be a first down, that's a great job.
Wentz loops one, double coverage. Get up there, Jayshawn. Nice. Jayshawn Jones to the Ravens' 44-yard line. Timeout. Jayshawn Jones, 36-yard reception. First full year for Maryland, spent 24 and 25 on the Vikings practice squad.
Yeah, what great concentration on the football to come back to that, because it was just a little bit underthrown.
Minnesota, their first of the half.
Yeah, see, that was one of those visual deals where it's like, threw into double coverage, but then you give the wide receiver the opportunity to adjust, and Jayshon Jones, very, very nice work.
Well, that's all part of the practice and building up that chemistry with all the guys on the outside, because you don't have to always see your guy
please
wide
reset
open.
the game clock to 38 seconds. 38 seconds, please.
To feel like they can make a play in that situation specifically, when you see the one defender running with the back of his numbers to you as the quarterback, you know that your wide receiver, you put it up in the right spot, he's going to make the adjustment and out-jump that guy to make a play.
Wentz, shotgun to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Pivoting doors are open today on this beautiful Minneapolis Saturday. Middle blitz, Wentz waited for it. Screen left, Bartholomew, and it worked. 35-30 near the sideline. Gavin Bartholomew's first reception as a member of the Minnesota Vikings goes for 16. He wisely, I believe, got out of bounds. Yes. If he didn't, they'll use a timeout. But look at Gavin go.
Timeout under 2 minutes requires a charge timeout to Baltimore.
Okay.
That's their first of the half.
Okay.
30-second timeout.
Come on, Gavin.
Well, give our guy Wes Phillips some credit on that. I mean, the last couple of series, the Ravens defense has been dialing up some blitzes, especially from the secondary and the second level, and they were doing it on this series as well. It's like, all right, you guys are going to keep pressuring us? We'll just throw you a screen pass on first down, expecting a blitz, and it worked perfectly.
And that's where the athleticism of Walter Rouse shows up, because Walter blocked the defensive end and then worked his way up to the second level, and he's big, but he's athletic enough to block a safety, to block a defensive back on a play like that. So for Bartholomew, that had to have felt good. He missed all last year because of a back injury, to come back, and that third tight end spot, Ben, is open.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go to the best blocker of the group, but if Bartholomew can step it up in the next couple of games, he might be the guy.
3-0 Baltimore, 31 seconds to go in the first half. Vikings have 2 timeouts remaining. Carson Wentz puts Dylan Bell in motion behind him. And he goes back to pass, swings one right, Bell uncovered, caught at the 30, darts right, and cannot get out of bounds at the 27. So the Vikings will use their second of 3 timeouts.
Timeout, Minnesota, their second of the half. It's a 30-second timeout.
You know, one of many things with Carson Wentz that is just of the veteran variety, arm angle. I mean, I'm not saying he's like Phillip Rivers and he starts 3 quarters and goes all over the place, but he's had 2 sidearm darts this game because he needed to go sidearm, and he does it well.
Well, and that's the thing, just having, we talk about pass rushers having a toolkit of when to use certain tools, and experienced quarterbacks are the same way. We saw it on that 50-50 ball. You got to know when to put some loft on the ball. You have to know when you're facing a blitz and you've got a singled up wide receiver on the left, if you've got to put a little more hot sauce on the ball. And then you have to know as well, if you're going to throw a ball out there like that, and you got to change your arm angle just a little bit so that defensive tackle that's rushing and the edge guy off the edge, he doesn't get a hand on the ball. You just got to know when to use those things in the right moments.
Wentz, 9 of 11, 92 yards. Back to pass, great drop, and he is sacked for a second time. Carson Wentz taken down by a couple of members of the Ravens. So that's going to back the Vikings up to about the 34-yard line. Once again, second sack against Carson Wentz. What happened here? Claiborne missed a chip.
Yeah, just a great job.
Timeout, Minnesota, their third and final of the half. It's a 30-second timeout.
It's a great job by the Ravens, and Tristan Lee and some of these, when you're a guard, you got to have an anchor, right? You got to be able to drop that anchor and be able to hold your spot, which is much easier said than done. But for Carson Wentz, we were trying to get down the field, right?
Yeah.
We were trying to get down the field, so Carson didn't really have much of an escape route.
No, he really didn't. I think he may have missed. We got a wide receiver going up the left hash mark, kind of bending in a little bit late in front of that safety, and I think his primary read was over to the right side, and then he felt that pressure of that rush kind of closing in on him, and he just thought, listen, the best thing to do right now is just to eat this sack and give Reichert a chance.
Will Reichert's 52-yard try right hash. What's big here? C47.
Timeout, Baltimore. They're second of the half. It's a 30-second timeout.
They're icing them.
We're freezing kickers in the preseason, okay? Brett Thorson, 47. Mentioned it last week in the preseason game against the Giants. He's a rookie from Georgia. Amazingly, in all of his years at Georgia, and he was the best punter in the country last year, At Georgia, Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs, they don't use punters to hold for kicks. They use quarterbacks. So when Brett Thorson got here, the Aussie with the banana ball and all the tricks with the punts, and he's really, really good, won the Ray Guy last year again, he had never held. So in the Giants game, when he held for Reichard's extra point after Miles Price, and then Reichard's field goal, and he hit a field goal from 54 yards, that's all new to Thorson, so this is key. Maybe not for now, but down the road. Here's Reichard. 52-yard try, right hash to finish the first half. Snap spot, and it's good. Will Reichard. Will giving us a thrill. Nolan Teasley, new Vikings general manager for the third quarter. Game's tied at 3, courtesy of the VEN.
When it comes to windows and doors, Andersen has proven themselves time and time again for over 120 years. At Andersen, one thing never changes: their commitment to quality. Home after home, season after season. So when it comes to windows and doors, choose a brand you can rely on. Trust your home to Andersen, the official window and door manufacturer of the Minnesota Vikings. Kick off your next project at AndersonWindows.com and experience unmatched quality and a brand you can trust. AndersonWindows.com.
U.S. Bank and the Minnesota Vikings share one belief: that the biggest wins come from everyone working together. And that's exactly how U.S. Bank's Smartly checking and savings are designed, working like a team to reward you more, because together is always the best play. That's the power of us, official bank sponsor of the Minnesota Vikings. Visit usbank.com today to reach your financial goals. Member FDIC, copyright 2026, U.S. Bank.
Vikings Nation! Combine tasty Little Caesars pizza with NFL football, and what do you get? Game day! Little Caesars, proud pizza partner of the Minnesota Vikings, invites you to order your favorite Little Caesars pizza or try something new. On game day, Little Caesars is always convenient. From carryout to delivery to pizza portal pickup, just call or text a few good friends and celebrate with delicious Little Caesars pizza and the Minnesota Vikings Game of the Week.
Pizza. Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
The Minnesota Vikings Halftime Report is presented by U.S. Bank, Hy-Vee, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from U.S. Bank Stadium, here's Mike Mussman.
Scoreboard Central is brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings, and that scoreboard right now at the half reads 3-3. It's all knotted up after Reichard just hit a 52-yard field goal to end the first half. In that first half, you got J.J. McCarthy starting up for your Minnesota Vikings at QB, 5 of 10, 81 yards. He had a rating of 77.5. Carson Wentz comes in. He's been 9 of 11, 92 yards with the rating of 101.5. DC Claiborne, he's been on the ground 8 attempts, 18 yards. Zay Scott, that is 4 attempts. He's got 15 yards. Felton, by the way, 3 receptions, 66 yards, and a long of 50, which was from JJ, which was a great throw. And then you got Jayshon Jones. He's got 1 reception for 36 yards. So far, the Minnesota Vikings have been playing fairly well. Time of possession, 18-14 to 11-46. That goes in the favor of your Minnesota Vikings. And also, there have been no turnovers so far in this first half. Penalties, though, well, we've got 6 of them so far for 48 yards, so we got to clean some of that up. Coming up here in the second half of the halftime show, Ron Johnson's going to be joining me. Plus, coming up in the second half itself, Joshua Metellus is going to join. PA Pete, Ben, and also GM Nolan Teasley as well. Now it's easier than ever to catch Vikings shows like Game Day Live, Post Game Tonight, and Fox 9 Newscast by streaming with Fox Local. Available free on your TV or phone. Download Fox Local today. Fox Local is Fox 9. 3-3 at the half, and this is Vikings football.
The rent's coming up. Also, gotta get groceries. And I should probably set up an emergency fund. Plus, I want to start my own business. Sorta. Maybe. But first, the trip I've been dying to take.
Wings is here to make sure it all adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Insured by NCUA.
Listen to the heartbeat. Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason. With SUVs made to move with your rhythm. The versatile Equinox tackles your entire day. The spacious Traverse fits your crew and your whole weekend. And Trax brings style with value you can count on. All infused with tech that has your back. So your drive always hits the right chord.
Enjoy summer in a new Chevy. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. See your select Heartland Chevy dealers. Finance charges accrue from date of financing. Deferred monthly payments for 90 days. 0% APR for 60 months. Monthly payment is $16.67 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 6.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Down payment required at signing if applicable. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/31/26.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and hop on the Metro Blue and Green lines or multiple bus routes straight to U.S. Bank Stadium on game day. Give parking and traffic a punt. Make your round trip easy and avoid ticket lines with the all-day pass for one low price on all Metro Transit routes. Make the right call and find all your options at metrotransit.org/Vikings. That's metrotransit.org/Vikings. Game on for game day? Get on Metro Transit.
The radio home of the Minnesota Vikings. FM 100.3, KFXM Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
McCarthy takes a high snap, gets away from a blitz. Oh, a deep one to Ty Felton. Get up there, Ty. Yes! Brings it in at the 12, maybe the 11-yard line. McCarthy found the single coverage. Felton made them pay. And it's a connection of 50 and a first down.
50 yards on a 50-50 ball. That's Paul Allen with the call. Vikings fans, get ready for kickoff like the broadcast team with a pothole pizza only from Quick Trip, Meat Sweats, Vikings Pepperelli, and, of course, Sausage Palooza. Grab a slice wherever you watch or listen to the game, and now available at U.S. Bank Stadium, and that's where I am right now, hanging out in the broadcast booth with none other than Ron Johnson. Ron, how are you, buddy?
I'm great, man. How are you doing?
Oh, fantastic. Okay, you hear that highlight there. We got to see JJ throw that ball, got it up to Felton, I believe.
Yep.
And, 50 yards. Otherwise, do you feel like he commanded the huddle like we would like him to?
No, not like he wanted him to. I mean, the first play, I think, set the tone. Wide open guy running an out route, and he just kind of missed the throw. But getting the ball up, that was a busted play. He still took a chance, threw it downfield, and gave him one-on-one. But, yeah, I'd like to see him get the ball out of his hands a little bit quicker.
All right, you're going to be here with us later coming up here. Vikings fan line, thank you so much, Ron. We appreciate it. Second half is coming up next on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Bring on Vikings football with new gear from Shields. From jerseys, accessories, and signed collectibles, represent your team's iconic colors at the big game. Shields is your ultimate shopping destination with knowledgeable experts and great customer service to get you fitted for your passion. Whether you love style, sports, or the great outdoors, find it at your local Shields or Shields.com. Our experts are here to make every day a win. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Minnesota, that sound means one thing, that we're stronger together. It's not just how the Vikings play, it's what we at US Bank believe too. Because real people and smart solutions working together will always take you further than you can ever go alone. That's the power of us. Official bank sponsor of the Minnesota Vikings. Visit usbank.com today to reach your financial goals. Member FDIC, copyright 2026, US Bank.
Some sports are bigger than the game. The Minnesota Vikings girls high school flag football program is where confidence becomes leadership. One of the fastest growing youth sports in the country, girls flag football is opening doors for the next generation of athletes. Learn how to bring girls flag football to your school or support an athlete in your life at Vikings.com/girlsflag. That's Vikings.com/girlsflag. The opportunity is here. Her time is now.
We are awaiting the arrival of General Manager Nolan Teasley. Meanwhile, let's go down to Tatum.
Hey, Coach! Coach! We're live on TV, Coach. Come on over. We're ready for you. We're already on here. Where you been? No, first of all, you're able to get those 3 points there at the end of halftime. What were your observations from the first half?
Well, I just think right now there's a lot of good things out there. We had an opportunity early on in the game, went for it on a 4th down, just missed, throwing and catching right there. But those are great learning reps for everybody on the field. I thought JJ, the deep shot to Ty, giving him a chance down the field, that was a really well thrown ball. Carson coming in, moving the team. We got to get the run game going a little bit. It's a big front, and these guys didn't get a lot of reps this week, kind of learning how they play, and we're kind of adjusting on the fly a little bit. But I'd like to see us maybe take the ball away. I think the formula at Tatum is the same as last week. Take the ball away on defense, put the ball in the end zone, and then play well in all 3 phases as we bring it home for another win.
All right, Nolan's up in the booth about to go live with the broadcast. Wish him luck.
Yeah, good luck, Nolan, man. I got so many questions for you, but how awesome is it having Nolan Teasley here? It's phenomenal.
Amazing. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Have a good game.
Yeah, thank you, Tatum. Thank you, Coach O'Connell. And thank you, Minnesota Vikings General Manager Nolan Teasley, who joins us now with Ben and Pete. I'm Paul. Nolan won a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks last year as Assistant General Manager. He was hired early June here by the Minnesota Vikings. So everything's still really new, trying to find a routine. August 30th, you got like 1,184 players you got to evaluate. Have you settled in yet?
Settled, that's a mixed word, I guess. We're finding our way, though. We're doing well.
Right.
My wife, she's owning the house, and I'm at work most of the time, so we're doing just fine. We're doing well.
What do you overall off the joint practices, Nolan? What do you think of the team?
I'm excited about our future. I'm excited about where we are right now. This is another test against a good football team, and we saw some good reps throughout the week. So we learned a little bit more today, and then we'll see how we cap it off.
Nolan, you were part of a huge 12th man Seattle home field advantage. I don't know if this is your first opportunity to be here in Minnesota, but what do you think of the home crowd?
This is the first time that I've been in the stadium on a game day.
Wow.
and it's impressive. I've long been told that this is the best in the league, and I think I might agree. I'm excited. No, the atmosphere is incredible. It's been great, and this is just a preseason.
Right.
So we'll look forward to Green Bay in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, this place is going to be electric for that Green Bay game. I know you kind of alluded to the fact that some great practices with the Ravens, the joint practices become sort of the staple now for NFL training camps. Why do you guys like that sort of in lieu of that fourth preseason game in which we used to play?
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a controlled environment. You can be really specific with the situations that you put your athletes in. If you want to learn a little bit more about third down, red zone, and then obviously that's an opportunity to get ones versus ones, twos versus twos, and again, just a little bit more of a controlled environment and really specific situational football.
Hey, Nolan, this is just an open-ended question, and the guy's phenomenal. Your kicker, Will Reichert. I mean, even when you're, watching it from Seattle and following the league and stuff, how great is it having Will on the squad?
Yeah, it brings a calm because, when he goes out on the field, that you're all but guaranteed 3 points. You know that he's going to execute, and then, he executes on the kickoff right here.
Wester
get the ball behind the 35. So
Wester with a good start. Wester with the return. Josh Ross on the tackle, and Nolan Teasley, new general manager for the Minnesota Vikings, for the balance of the third quarter. His safety, Joshua Metellus, will be mic'd up in the fourth quarter from the field, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's 3-3 just underway in the third quarter. And for the Baltimore Ravens, Joe Fignano, undrafted UConn, stays in at quarterback. Goes play action, boots out to the right. Tyler Batty tries to run him down, and Fignano will run out of bounds. It'll be second down.
Now, Nolan, you've been around some pretty good defenses in Seattle as well. What do you think of the Brian Flores system and what he's trying to do here?
Coach Flo, it's really incredible to watch him just go to work. We've obviously got some talented players out there, but you watch it, it's organized chaos. Sometimes you're wondering if everybody's supposed to be where they are because it doesn't look traditional, but it's disruptive and it's fun to watch. He puts our guys in position to succeed, which is the most important thing.
Fignano facing a four-man rush, throws over the middle to Wester. That's LeJante Wester, second year from Colorado, sixth-rounder in 2025. Gain of two, and it'll be third and about 6.
Yeah, no, I want to stick with the whole Seattle theme. Obviously, you guys won the championship last year. So many teams, it's a copycat league. They want to think that that's the blueprint to win, but we keep hearing culture from every championship team that wins it. In your experience after building that culture and winning the championship, what are the key tenets that it takes to build that culture, and how do you get guys to buy in?
Yeah, I think culture can look different with different teams, and it can look different on a year-to-year basis. Really, the best culture, as I continue to repeat that word, is driven by the players, and you would probably know that better than anybody. If it's driven by the locker room and kind of policed in the locker room, then you're going to have the best. That's the best way to build it organically.
That was a nice hit by Chaz Chambliss, so the Ravens go 3 and out. Dante Fleming, he's in to retrieve the Ryan Eckley punt. Again, Nolan has just been here since early June, so basically just a handful, a little more of players he's had the opportunity to bring in. One of them, Trayvon Rudolph, a punt returner, had a nice punt return earlier in the game. Dante Fleming with a fair catch. Vikings ball, 3-3. More with the GM around the corner on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Some sports are bigger than the game. The Minnesota Vikings girls high school flag football program is where confidence becomes leadership. One of the fastest growing youth sports in the country, girls flag football is opening doors for the next generation of athletes. Learn how to bring girls flag football to your school or support an athlete in your life at Vikings.com/girlsflag. That's Vikings.com/girlsflag. The opportunity is here. Her time is now.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Ready, set. TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available. Ready, set. TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities. Ready, set. TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
In Minnesota, greatness doesn't happen by accident. It takes the people who show up early, stay late, and build what everyone else depends on. For more than 120 years, Red Wing has made boots for those people. That's why they're proud to partner with the Minnesota Vikings to honor the work, resilience, and pride that define the North. Red Wing, purpose-built for the job site. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Find your local Red Wing store at redwingshoes.com.
Vikings Nation! Combine tasty Little Caesars pizza with NFL football, and what do you get? Game day! Little Caesars, proud pizza partner of the Minnesota Vikings, invites you to order your favorite Little Caesars pizza or try something new. On game day, Little Caesars is always convenient. From carryout to delivery to pizza portal pickup, just call or text a few good friends and celebrate with delicious Little Caesars pizza and the Minnesota Vikings Game of the Week.
Pizza, pizza.
Now back to Vikings football on The Fan.
Of the Vikings Entertainment Network. Welcome back. Nolan Teasley, new general manager for the Minnesota Vikings. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, Tatum Everett down on the sideline. And we have a new quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. He is Max Brosmer, undrafted from Minnesota. Second-year Gopher. Played 7 games with a couple of starts last year. And he came in and in the Giants preseason game only got a handful of snaps because he hit his throwing hand on the arm of a player. So he had to come out. Carson Wentz came back in, orchestrated a touchdown to Miles Price, and we wish Max nothing but the best, specifically with the general manager in the booth and on a microphone. First down, 3-3.
Good luck, Max.
Xavier Scott. Oh, look at Xavier with the nimble feet. Spin off a Raven. Bounce off another at the 10. And he's taken down at the 13-yard line. Xavier Scott with a run of 9. Now, the Minnesota Vikings have a long-standing member of the organization. He's the capologist. He's the money guy, Rob Brzezinski. Nolan, how massive was interim GM Rob Brzezinski for the squad before you were hired almost 3 months ago? And how did he set things up to succeed?
Yeah, Rob did an excellent job. He navigated a unique offseason. Did it with class, like you would expect, knowing him. It was productive. They supplemented the roster through free agency. They executed a draft and brought in some young talent. And Rob is just a huge part of what we're doing presently, and then also the future. So really grateful to have Rob here.
You know, I want to stick on the evaluation part of the whole offseason, not only just with the college players, but also with the current guys right now, as you guys are going to be looking at some roster cuts at the end of the preseason and maybe adding a guy here and there. But when you were in Seattle, you are raised as an old school scout, the hard way of just evaluating talent. Then you also went into the analytics and that part of it and the numbers part of the game, and you're kind of blending everything as you come here to build your team. What are the things that I think people, maybe the common myths that people assume about using analytics in a game like football, and how are you guys going to implement it here?
I think one of the misconceptions is just that analytics is this thing. You know, it's just this that's disruptive to classic evaluation. And really what analytics is a way of thinking. And so the way that we utilize it, there's certain numbers in certain situations, whether it be position specific or in terms of evaluation or acquisition. It's something that we use in coordination with our evaluation, and it can tell us, you know, certain things and point us in the right direction and can be predictive. And but again, it's all in coordination with evaluation as well. It's not baseball where you have all these thousands of examples of siloed events. There's a lot of variables on a field when there's 22 moving parts and pieces at one time. So it's a piece of it. It's more of an anchor than a constant driver.
Justin Jefferson on television monitors. You go from Jackson Smith and Jigba to Justin Jefferson. When it comes to truly elite receivers, what are some traits you noticed about them? Nolan?
Well, What I notice about them right away is just that they're so driven to perfect their craft. I would call them both classy receivers in terms of their route running ability, natural ball skills, body control, which is God-given, and but it's really that drive to be the best. You see it in both of them, and they're two of the best in the game, if not the best.
And Nolan, your relationship with Kevin O'Connell, I think it predates you arriving here on campus. And, if we get time before, maybe after the break, but what is it about Kevin O'Connell that you like?
Yeah, we'll handle that after the break. Here is Hecker's punt. Hecker and Thorson been splitting the punts this game. Lester, Jonte, second-year Buffalo, dives ahead to the 36. More with Minnesota Vikings general manager Nolan Teasley when we return to Minneapolis. Game tied at 3. This is Vikings football.
Hey, Vikings faithful, check this out. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about being game day ready for kickoff to the final whistle. Our lineup includes Dove Essentials. Start with shampoo and conditioner to keep your hair looking and feeling its best. Next, lather up with body wash for a clean, refreshed look before the big game. Lastly, finish strong with deodorant for all-day freshness and long-lasting protection. Whether you're cheering from the stands or your living room, stock up on your game day Dove Essentials and Skol Vikings.
Hey, this year, upgrade your football season in the Quick Rewards Vikings Zone with Quick Trip and Pepsi. You could win a VIP Vikings experience with sideline passes and sweet tickets. Sweet. Take road trips to places like New Orleans, Tampa, Mexico City. You could even be headed to the Super Bowl. Just grab a Pepsi, Gatorade, or other participating products at Quick Trip and earn 5 bonus Fan Zone points. Download or use your Quick Rewards app and get a season like never before. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
In Minnesota, that sound means one thing, that we're stronger together. It's not just how the Vikings play, it's what we at US Bank believe too. Because real people and smart solutions working together will always take you further than you can ever go alone. That's the power of us. Official bank sponsor of the Minnesota Vikings. Visit usbank.com today to reach your financial goals. Member FDIC, copyright 2026, US Bank.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out on the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts toward your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Hey, this is Theo Jackson of the Minnesota Vikings. Here we play all season long on The Fan.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. Nolan Teasley, new Vikings general manager, with us for the third quarter. And Pete started talking about Coach Kevin O'Connell, former Coach of the Year. You guys have known each other for a while, and what are some things you like about your coach?
Well, there's a lot to like about Kevin. We have fun working together. It's been great. But I think I mentioned before, I got asked this question earlier in training camp, and it's educational. I love talking ball with him because I learn something every time. What I knew about him coming into this was that he's an elite play caller and an elevator in that way. He's a leader of men, and he's put together one heck of a coaching staff too. So there's a lot to like.
Vignano with a handoff to Ward. The veteran goes to the left side, and it'll be second down for the Ravens. Game tied at 3.
You know, I was just going to follow up on that. I mean, when it comes to just understanding, you know, we brought B-Flow and like his system, and then you got KOC and his offensive system. How often do you step in maybe to some of those meetings and just kind of learn how they teach what they're teaching?
Yeah, that's more of an off-season thing for me. Right now we're really concentrated on building this iteration of the Minnesota Vikings, but it's something that I'll certainly spend more time doing in the offseason to have a little bit more deeper understanding of both sides of the ball. But we'll have personnel meetings, and I'll get some tidbits here and there, just so I have a good foundation of understanding what we're trying to execute.
And I mentioned it earlier, but August 30th, when teams get down to 53 and set their practice squads, like 1,184 players are going to be available. So with film watching and evaluating, you and your staff, that's a lot of work coming up. It's probably taking place now, but but how do you guys handle that?
Yeah, it's constant. It's constant. First and foremost, we evaluate our own because you can't make recommendations unless your own house is clean.
Oh,
great play there. And then we're ongoing evaluation of the entire league. Again, we're implementing the use of data for that too. So we have some objective anchoring in terms of what we're looking for. But the pro staff, Sam DeLuca and his staff, are doing a great job of
roughing the passer.
Yeah,
59 defense.
Evaluating the entire league.
15 yards to be tacked on. First down.
That, by the way, is the alternate ref, Scott Halverson, now wearing the white hat. Alex Kemp got the first half. Halverson gets the second half. And sadly, that infraction went against Bengali Kamara, who, as a kind of a deep guy roster-wise, had a bang-up game at MetLife Stadium, in my opinion. And a good hit there by one of the Jacobs. The undrafted Jacob Thomas and Jacob Roberts, Nolan, they both been playing pretty well so far, right?
Yeah, you've seen 48 with a couple of run fits. He triggers, which is one of the things that you like about him. He seeks that contact. He's a physical player. Jacobs had a nice camp for us as well.
Vignano, toss right. Dante McMillan, the tailback, undrafted Eastern Michigan. 9 runs for 40 yards against the Eagles. It'll be second down.
And Nolan, the timing of your arrival is not traditional. Let's just put it that way. But you have been able to bring in some of your staff. You've assembled a group around you. Talk us through those guys and what each of them brings to this organization.
Yeah, the way that I look at it is it's a collective. So the goal is to combine what was here and then what we brought from Seattle. Trent Kirshner coming over here was huge. Worked with Trent for a long time. High level of respect for him. But then also Ryan Pace. Good job. Good job getting underneath that. We just got to finish.
Andrew Healy too, right?
Andrew Healy coming over from Cleveland, providing that data perspective. And then when I talk about Chizapara and Ryan Monans being here as well, just kind of to meshing the best thoughts of all organizations and trying to do the best thing that we can moving forward.
And is some of that challenge just learning to speak the same language?
Yeah, that was probably what we focused on initially. I feel like we got to that point prior to training camp, and so now we're just implementing process and trying to focus on that, both in terms of how we're evaluating our team, going to attempt to acquire, and then preparing for the draft. That starts now.
Vignano, 3rd and 11, throws it over the middle, caught first down, blown tackle, and inside the 15 goes Devontae Walker, a 3rd-year 4th rounder from North Carolina. So the Ravens, in a touchdownless game, are the closest to the end zone they've gotten all day. Now, before that play, Nolan, we were showing Jawan Jennings on the sidelines. And, he's new to the Vikings. You coming from Seattle, super familiar with Jawan Jennings. He has like 16 touchdowns the last 2 years, but one of the best run-blocking wide receivers in the last 20 years, right?
Yeah, you said it. It's obvious what he brings in the passing game. He has the ability to run, cover, and finish even in contested situations.
51 offense, 5 yards.
His size and strength are a really good complement to the group, and then you take the next step, and it's what he does in the run game, and it allows us to put the defense in conflict, because how are you going to defend us? Because he brings that physicality in the run game that it can feel like 12 personnel, but you're in 11.
All right, after the penalty, middle of the 3rd quarter, game tied at 3. Vignano with Jonathan Ward at tailback. 1 receiver, 1 tight end right, couple of receivers left. Pistol formation. Vignano throws right, quick hitter caught at the 12-yard line. Josh Cuevas, 5th-round rookie from Alabama. It'll be second down.
I want to go back to Jawan, because the other thing that he's really risen up, obviously, just from the production standpoint, and obviously the run blocking, as you mentioned, but just his overall attitude. You got to love the fact that a lot of defensive players are going to turn on the tape, and they're like, this guy's going to scrap with you every single snap. And he might be, his role for that one game or that one series might just be to get in your head and be a little bit of an intimidation factor. How big is that for an offensive mentality? Because we see it so much on defense.
Vignano short to Wester inside the 10, shy of the first down, third down. Nolan?
When you talk about wide receivers that block in the run game, it's like the defensive backs in this league, not everybody wants that smoke for 4 quarters, and he's going to bring it. So, yeah, it's a challenge because you know that coming into that game, you know, you gotta go to work.
Yeah, speaking of blocking, another guy, Max Bredesen, brought in. We've heard from Coach O'Connell how well he's doing. What are your thoughts on his progress? Because it's a lot of work to learn an offense for a guy like him.
Yeah, again, it's a guy who sees the field like a runner, and he has the ability to put the defense in conflict just because of his vision, but then also his level of physicality.
Vignano throws left, caught, and touchdown, Baltimore Ravens. LeJonte Wester, who had 0 catches in their first preseason game against Philadelphia. He has the only touchdown of the game and is from the arm of Joe Vignano, undrafted UConn. And the Ravens have taken a 9-3 lead.
You know, Nolan, I'll hit you with this just to kind of prep you as we're going to go to break after this kick. But I do want to bring up Brian O'Neill because it's, you know, he's been such a staple here with this organization, obviously beloved in the locker room and in the community as well. And he was basically your first big signing and extension. And so just I'll prep you with that as we watch this kick go through the uprights and take a break.
Luke, after the touchdown to Wester, 5:55 to go in the third quarter, 10-3 Baltimore on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Ready, set! TCO for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready, set!
TCO for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready, set!
TCO for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
As we segue into fall, football is in the air. And wouldn't it just be elite to watch all those big games on the deck of your dreams? Well, it's not too late, and TimberTech is here to help. TimberTech.com. It's the beauty of wood without the upkeep. The future of decking has arrived, and you can order free samples at TimberTech.com. It's TimberTech.com.
Skull Nation, listen up. Buffalo Wild Wings has a Sacks for Wings deal exclusively for those who bleed purple. If the Minnesota Vikings defense gets 2 sacks during a game, you automatically get 6 free wings on your next Buffalo Wild Wings visit. So be sure to lock in every time the horn blows. Cheer on your Vikings to 2 sacks and head to your favorite sports bar to grab 6 free wings. Offer available at all B-Dubs sports bars, excluding the MSP Airport location.
You track the scoreboard, you study the stats of every game, so why not do the same with your stocks? At MarketBeat, we give you the tools and alerts to stay ahead of the market, just like you do with your fantasy league. Join the millions of investors who rely on MarketBeat for breaking stock news, top analyst upgrades, and smarter investing tips delivered daily. Visit MarketBeat.com or check out our YouTube channel where investors go to win.
I'm Vikings linebacker Ivan Pace Jr. You're listening to Vikings football.
The Fan.
Ravens lead 10-3, 5:55 to go in the third quarter, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. There's Brian O'Neill. Here's Ben Lieber. What were you saying?
Yeah, you know, for you, Nolan, I mean, we see Brian O'Neill walking on the sideline right there, obviously not playing in this game, and one of your biggest signings to date so far is signing him at the end of July, all the way through 2030 with his contract. We love him around here. What did you know about him all the way in Seattle? What was his reputation? And then, you know, what sort of led to getting him signed and being a lifelong Viking here?
Yeah, he always had the reputation of being a great player. That part's easy when you turn on the tape and doing the evaluation, but when you make that type of investment, the person becomes paramount. And in a very short period of time, it became pretty obvious to me that he was important to the organization, to the locker room. When we talked about culture, he's a pillar or a steward of that culture that kind of drives that throughout the organization, throughout the football operation.
And speaking of important to the organization, girls flag football is such a popular local and national sport. You know, I've seen a bunch of Vikings employees wearing things on their shirts indicating girls flag football.
I have mine on, Paul.
You do?
I do.
Oh, there it
is. There it is.
That's wonderful. Holy cow. Ben will take a double XL when we're done with this. But it's very important to the organization. It's quite entertaining. I know you recently went to a championship game. What'd you think?
I thought it was excellent. The product was fun to watch. Fun day, at the facility, and got a chance to meet with Coach Erdman at Rosemont High School. They won the state championship that day, and I think it's really important. We're proud to support the pledge to drive it to become a sanctioned sport in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here. That was from halftime. And when we were at the night practice at TCO Stadium, there was a lot of girls flag football there, and the athletic ability and just the football savvy with some of the cuts and things like that. It was very impressive to see.
Yeah, no, it's a great product. It was fun. I had fun that day. Well, hopefully we can drive this initiative and achieve what we're attempting to achieve.
Jay-Sean Jones in motion to the right. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Max Rosemer at quarterback. 4-man rush. Quick hitter to Jay-Sean Jones. Jump cut left at the 30. And after a penalty, he stopped there, gets to the 31-yard line. So that'll be a quick hitting gain of 10 yards. Make it about second and right around 5. As Wes Phillips, once again calling the entire offensive game for the Vikings, goes hurry up as Brosmer goes back to pass, throws right, nice pass. And that's caught by Dylan Bell. Dylan Bell brings it in. First down for the Vikings.
Yeah, pretty interesting how we're changing up the speed of play right here, right? Trying to get Baltimore on their heels, and it's something that Brosmer, that experience is starting to pay off because he's orchestrating this whole drive very, very well.
And Brosmer is working with Vershawn Lee at center. Brandel, the starter, didn't play. The entire First Minnesota Moving Company, after playing against the Giants, sat out this game after the joint practices. Michael Juergens was the second center. Now it's Vershawn Lee. Walter Rouse still in at the left guard with Caleb Tiernan, the Northwestern rookie, a little nicked up right now. Henry Bird has been the left tackle for the entire journey. And I mean, that gives you and your staff so much to watch, from a film standpoint, because all this run they're getting.
Yeah, no, it's important. The depth of your roster, especially up front, in this war of attrition that we call a football season, is, it's really important to have that depth, because a lot of these guys, maybe not early in the season, but you're going to need them if you want to be at your best in December.
Jermar Jefferson, 6-year from Oregon State, signed within the last couple of weeks. Nice jump cut left. Former 7th rounder by the Lions in 2021. And that was no gain, so it's 3rd and 3.
I just want to expand on that, the whole roster talk as it's going to get more serious in the next couple of weeks. We love when guys are versatile. I mean, Pete and I were always told the more that you can do, right? If you can do this, that's great. You can add to your resume and your repertoire. But when you guys are breaking down a roster, let's say offensive line, and you've got a guy that can play guard and tackle and center and all that, and they can maybe play it good, maybe not great, but good. Where does that weigh into maybe a guy that's like really good at just a right guard spot versus a guy that can play maybe 3 positions, kind of just on that good level, maybe at like a 7, but this guy's really good at like an 8 or 9 at that one spot?
Yeah, we like to call it just the ability to get you out of a game. Is the phrase that we use, but super important, because when you only have 48 on game day, if you use your elevations, and you're usually going to have 8 offensive linemen up. So the ability to play multiple positions, versatility is value, as we talk about. And so, the more you can do.
4th down play, 4th and 3. 10-3 Ravens. Brosmer throws it over the middle, incomplete. And the Ravens have turned the Vikings over on downs. Minnesota Vikings General Manager Nolan Teasley is with us. 3:14 to go in the third quarter. Ravens lead by 7, and this is Vikings football.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season long with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Some things in life just don't fit, like wearing a cheesehead to a Vikings game.
Come on, man.
Or trying to parallel park a pontoon in downtown Minneapolis. Whoops. But your shoes, they should fit. At Trade Home Shoes, we'll fit your lifestyle with brands like Hoka, On, Birkenstock, and Rival, plus expert fitting from people who know shoes. You'll be ready for game day. Find your fit at Trade Home Shoes.
To the traveler I want to be. I hope you're having the kind of adventure you didn't know existed in a place like South Dakota, where the rugged wilderness and the open road teach you just how wild life can feel. I hope you're collecting more moments than things, and instead of letting life slip on by, you're choosing to move with it. Because there's so much South Dakota, so little time. Book your escape at TravelSouthDakota.com.
The rent's coming up. Also, gotta get groceries. And I should probably set up an emergency fund. Plus, I'll start my own business. Sorta. Maybe. But first, the trip I've been dying to take.
Wings is here to make sure it all adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Insured by
Hey, this is Chuck Demmons of the Minnesota Vikings. Hear me play all season long on the Fan.
10-3 Ravens. Welcome back. 3:14 to go in the third quarter. Privileged to have Vikings General Manager Nolan Teasley with us. And eventually, given he's only played 4 games outside of the preseason game last week since 2024, Caleb Banks, 18th overall pick in the most recent draft, plays nose and big end and just fortifies the depth of the interior of the defensive line for the Minnesota Vikings. And I mean, Nolan just won a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks, and they got Byron Murphy in there, and that was a big key to them winning. Very important as flag comes in here on a first down throw. But Caleb Banks, wow, what do you know about him at this stage, and what do you like about him?
Well, there's only so many people on the planet that look and move and have the ability of Caleb Banks. So he's going to be a two-phase player in this league. We saw him control the tight end in one of those early backed-up series against Baltimore and make a tackle there.
How about the guy right next to him?
There you go.
Big Citrus.
Big Citrus.
We saw him making some plays. We saw him dropping pass coverage as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was impressive, and I love the I love the celebration. We'll talk about that later. Him as well, you know, the ability to play the nose tackle position. He started really fast for us. He's going to be really important as we get underway here.
The Ravens have the ball, and the Ravens have the lead. Joe Fignano still in, throws over the middle, and it's caught by Elijah Tolliver, undrafted from Michigan State. Caleb Banks, Nolan Teasley just talked about his size, 6'6", 327. And some things on which he naturally would have to improve, even playing for the Gators. I mean, a big-time college football program, to the NFL, like your stance, your sets. I mean, there are just so many different things from college to pro, right?
Yeah, football is a game that you have to play to get better, and unfortunately, he hasn't had, you know, he's missed a lot of time. So we get him here. Tyler Williams and our performance staff had a great plan to get him back onto the field, and then incrementally we've just given him more and more, and he's continued to develop, and now we're just looking for consistency, and he'll get there. And the exciting thing about Caleb is he's going to continue to get better as the season progresses. I'm confident in that because of the coaching staff, because of Ryan Nielsen.
And sprinkled in between your defensive linemen, you got Jake Golday, a very athletic, very big, very versatile outside linebacker. What have you seen out of him that you like?
Well, you just talked about it, the athleticism.
Blitz. Oh, sack. Yes. Hey, we got a sack with the general manager in the booth. That's fantastic. The sack goes the way for the Minnesota Vikings.
Kenny Dyson.
Kenny Dyson, yeah, he's new to the squad. Kenny Dyson, new to the squad. So with Caleb Banks, just quickly, I was chatting with Brian Flores. Man, it was weeks ago. And, once Banks gets up to speed and the conditioning and everything, he said that he can play all the defensive line spots. So we got nose, we got 3 technique, and end. Is that a fair way to encapsulate
he can
it?
basically play anywhere from the nose to the 5. And because of the way that Coach Flo likes to bury the fronts and build pressures off of that, his ability to do that would be really important. If I can just go back to Dyson with the sack, that's a player that we had in for a workout this last week.
Yeah,
he was impressive in that setting. Taylor Brooks with us in the operation. She did a great job of evaluating him through the UFL. We bring him in for a workout. You see the athlete, and then he comes out here today and gets a sack.
First down.
That's exciting.
That's an interesting point because we're seeing a lot of guys from that new league. We saw Jalen Redmond actually have some success down in Arlington. We've got a couple guys. I mean, we're talking about Jacob Roberts. He was actually in the Canadian League with the Stampeders in Calgary. And then you start sprinkling in some of these guys that, we have the Golday that was at Central Arkansas, then ends up at Cincinnati. Then we got Begnali Kamara, who was at Pitt, then South Carolina, then Kansas. Like, how are you guys able to sort of evaluate all these guys as they make all these pit stops, especially with the transfer rules in college?
Well, that's communication, collaboration, just being organized throughout your operation so that you can track these guys, you know where they've been, you know where they're going, and so that you can collect the right information as it comes to that acquisition of time to acquire that said player, that you have the background information that you need, and you're getting eyes on as many football players as you can possibly. Again, going back to that war of attrition, we need all of them.
Xavier Scott with another nice run. All right, final thoughts from Nolan Teasley. The analyst Pete Bursich has been sitting on a John Schneider-related question. I don't know if you're afraid to ask it. That's his former boss and super well-respected.
You're going to give him some time. But John Schneider, he's the only GM that went 2 Super Bowls with completely different coaches. And that's
players.
A huge transition. You were part of that. What did you learn?
I'm indebted to John forever for everything that I learned from him. I don't know if I could put it into words with 7 seconds left in the third quarter, but he's responsible for everything that I've done.
True pro. Congratulations on the job, and thank you very much for joining us, all right?
Thanks, guys.
And Nolan Teasley, general manager for the Minnesota Vikings. Into the fourth quarter, Vikings ball, Ravens lead 10-3 on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Did you know the human face can make over 10,000 expressions? It's true. And when you meet face-to-face with a Verizon business expert, you get to make some of the best faces. Faces like the, wow, how convenient the Verizon business expert came to me face. Or this Verizon business expert understands my small business needs face. Face it, you're busy running your business, so your local Verizon business expert can come to you. And they won't quit until the solutions fit, even as your business grows. Visit Verizon.com/book today to schedule an appointment with your local Verizon business expert.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal. We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom? Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. See your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer. Hurry, offers end September 8th. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
For 40 years, Versatile Vehicles has been the trusted name in premium golf carts and personal and utility vehicles, offering expert sales, professional service, and convenient rentals for every lifestyle. Explore the finest easy Go models, crafted with quiet power, modern design, and advanced lithium performance. Add custom colors, premium sound, luxury seating, or accessories that make every ride uniquely yours. Experience comfort. Experience American craftsmanship. Experience 4 decades of excellence. Versatile vehicles and easy go. Arrive different.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And Jerkface Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
You'll hear us on FM 100.3 KFAN and that Minnesota Vikings KFAN audio network. Calling the regular season opener, the Green Bay Packers are here 3 weeks from tomorrow to begin the 2026 season. Max Brosmer looking to get a first down here in a game with 1 touchdown scored by the Ravens, who blitz, throw over the middle, caught first down. Jayshon Jones between the hash marks, and he dropped it, and the Ravens recovered it. And the Ravens are in Vikings territory after the fumble recovery. Oh, that's your guy. Amani Oruwariye, the former Lion. Oruwariye. Joshua Metellus, safety for the Vikings, will be joining us mic'd up from the sideline coming up soon. In fact, that'll take place after the break. All right, 10-3 Ravens from Minneapolis, 4th quarter. It's Vikings football.
Did you know the human face can make over 10,000 expressions? It's true. And when you meet face-to-face with a Verizon business expert, you get to make some of the best faces. Faces like the, wow, how convenient the Verizon business expert came to me face. Or this Verizon business expert understands my small business needs face. Face it, you're busy running your business, so your local Verizon business expert can come to you. And they won't quit until the solutions fit, even as your business grows. Visit Verizon.com/book today to schedule an appointment with your local Verizon business expert.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My wife really enjoys the Pilates classes, and I like a good interval workout on the treadmill. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
Some sports are bigger than the game. The Minnesota Vikings girls high school flag football program is where confidence becomes leadership. One of the fastest growing youth sports in the country, girls flag football is opening doors for the next generation of athletes. Learn how to bring girls flag football to your school or support an athlete in your life at Vikings.com/girlsflag. That's Vikings.com/girlsflag. The opportunity is here. Her time is now.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts toward your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Hey, this is Joshua Metellus of the Minnesota Vikings. Hear me play all season long on The Fan.
Minneapolis, Vikings Entertainment Network. And this guy is Joshua Metellus, a bona fide team leader. And he just told us he did 45 push-ups before coming on the simulcast. 50? Get those arms looking like 50. That. What's going on, buddy?
What's good? How we doing?
Pretty good. The defense is on the field, which is great because you're a defensive player. Sadly, it was due to a turnover. So let's see if we can't turn them over, maybe get one of your favorite players to go the other way.
Yeah, as a defender, we love sudden changes, especially as DBs, because we know shots are coming. So stay alert for a shot coming soon. I can see them throwing the ball downfield.
Now, Josh, you had a pretty interesting choice to wear to the stadium today. Tell us about the shirt, the jersey that you wore this morning.
Yeah, I was just trying to pay my respects to Jamal Adams. No, not right now. To Jamal Adams, guy went down. guy that we really were excited to add to our team and excited to play with this year. So I just decided to wear his jersey, just to show him a little bit of love. Check down. Come on, Bryce. Check down. Oh, we got to run. We got to run. We got to run.
Look at Taki Taimani.
Yep. Hey, if we get plays like that, we need the big man running.
Felt the earth move under our feet.
Yeah, you know it. Hey, we need big man running.
Okay.
That's the LSU jersey.
Yeah, I brought the LSU jersey.
Yeah, you
today,
can't see
the old school.
Josh, you can't see the TV monitor now. We can. You got the purple and gold Adams 33. That is classy.
Yeah,
man,
it's a nice one. It's a nice one. It has a signature on it too.
But about the only negative from that Giants game, man, I mean, it was a sad scene with Jamal Adams when Kevin O'Connell was embracing him, man, because he's good, but he was trying to come back from a bad injury. It was just a bad deal.
Ooh, good hit. Yeah, it was a bad deal, man. This game, man, takes a lot from you, and it doesn't really like to give either. So we take what we get, but it's definitely a tough situation with Jamal.
Yeah, did you learn anything when he came in? I mean, he's got so much vet experience. He's been around the game a long time, and he wasn't in the locker room for very long before he suffered that injury last week. But what did you appreciate about being around him?
I think it's kind of funny too. You talk about guys who've been in the league for a long time. This past month, I got some time to spend with Randy Moss as well. And one of the things that I got from Randy was about our practice habits, and you having to love practice. And the minute you don't love practice more than a game is the minute you start to see your career start to go downhill. And fast forward, Jamal comes in, and you can tell off the bat the way he practices, the way he showed up to work, and how intentional he was. I think just rubbed off on me the right way, man. I just love to see that kind of tenacity, that kind of intentionality, in a game where we really could just go out here and put the ball, but for him to be a guy late in his career and still be able to come in and practice harder than some of young guys that are trying to make the team, to see him going toe to toe with them it was crazy to see. So practice habits for sure, man. I stressing myself this year, make sure my practice habits are the best they can be.
Four-man rush, pass left, caught Fignano. Fignano with a connection. And the first down for the Baltimore Ravens. Dayton Wade, second year from Ole Miss. Actually not a first down, it's a gain of 15. So it'll be 2nd and 5.
Josh, who else out there in this defense motivates you on a day in and day out basis?
Byron Murphy, man. That's my guy, man. We've been doing this for a while now here at the Vikings, man. And once we first met, we hit it off. And I think every year, we challenge each other, not only on the field but off the field, just to be better for each other, for our team, better men for our families. And I think Byron Murphy definitely is a guy that gets me going, man. And I know he's a guy, on Sunday when things don't go our way or things start to get a little hairy, he'll have my back for sure. He's one of those guys who's a frontline kind of guy.
Who are you dapping up right there?
You see them up there?
Who are you talking to?
Levi Rodriguez, a guy.
El Presidente!
Yeah.
Tell El Presidente hello.
Hey, they said hello upstairs.
What up?
Yeah, Levi, that's another guy we expected big things from this year, man. This is a guy, another guy who's been intentional, especially in his practice habits. He jumped again!
Yeah, I know. Left guard. Ball tipped, incomplete. 3rd and 10. Man, there have been 15 penalties called, and there were a lot called in that Giants game. I mean, are you noticing that they're calling every little thing to get people ready for the regular season?
I think, the refs are obviously, this is their preseason too. But then I think you start to see the reason why, some of these guys get in a little bit later in the game. The fundamentals is big in this game, man. Being able to play clean football, play in and play out is what's going to keep you on the field. So, these guys are learning how to play clean football, and you're starting to see the penalties fly. The more, the groups start to rotate and stuff. So, I think those things kind of go hand in hand.
All right, Josh, 3rd down. What are you guys thinking right here?
Third down, we're in man coverage, so you got to find the vertical threat. Oh, they see that they were expecting pressure.
Hey.
So they got the ball off fast. They were expecting pressure. I think we're down some DBs, so we got a lot of big bodies on the field right now. Yeah, so they were expecting pressure, just got the ball off fast.
That was Dayton Wade. Yep, sneaky little pass with an inside run, and nice hit at the end. It's 4th down. All right, so what are you going to do here on 4th down?
Stop the run. You can't let them run it in. They just brought in the 3 biggest bodies they have on their sideline left. So we're going to bring in our biggest bodies. and let's see what's going on.
Yeah,
this is football right here.
47 is Lucas Scott.
Yes, we know.
First year from Army.
290, I think?
Yeah, 290.
Oh, my goodness.
2 tight ends and a fullback to the left.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Let's guess where the ball's going, guys.
Minnesota. All right. They're first. So Ryan Nielsen, the defensive line coach, he's calling the second half. Mike Saravo, inside linebackers coach, called the first half. And I just think it's really cool, man, that Kevin O'Connell does this. You know, he lets Wes Phillips call the entire game today on offense. Saravo got the first half in the Giants game and today. Nielsen's new. He's a D-line coach.
Yep.
Because they get to solve problems on the fly. Don't you think that's cool?
I think it's pretty cool. And, I mean, luckily enough for me, they're also going to let me call a series, not a game, next week. So I'm looking forward to that. I got to do one last year, so shout out to KO for being a cool coach and, you know, encouraging development, you know, whether that's coaches or players. You know, he's encouraging development all throughout the team, you know, so I think we're just getting better with stuff like that all along.
All right, 4th and 1, 2 tight ends, and the beat-beating fullback to the right, handoff right, stood up near the line of scrimmage.
They got it.
They got it?
They got it.
Come on.
We had a good first effort.
Hey, does what happens a lot? What I mean, they had those 2 massive tight ends and the big fullback to the left. So, of course, they went right.
Yeah, you know, they once we see that, we send the defense that way. So, you know, they kind of play off that and try to just sneak right behind to the other side.
Well, Josh, you mentioned calling some defensive plays. What are you thinking about this year? Perhaps, you know, kind of what Harrison Smith did and then being a little bit more of a quarterback on the defense.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think, you know, as a safety, especially in this defense, good play, Lee.
Yeah.
As a safety in this defense, you already do a lot of communication. So I think I've already, you know, been in that role, you know, mentally. I think now is just, you know, being the guy to finally have the last say is a big step. I'm ready for it. You know, the guys trust me, coach trusts me, so that's all that matters.
Elijah Williams, 99, just checked in.
Yes, sir.
He's quickly becoming one of my favorite players.
Me too, man.
Second year Morgan State, undrafted. He's big and he's twitchy.
I love it, man. He's one of those guys who can do it all, man. And you talk about a guy who just loves ball. He's one of them. So I'm excited to see what he's been able to do, especially this camp. Let's see if we can get in the backfield right here. Oh, yeah, he was ready to fire off, too.
Hey, another penalty or a timeout.
Before the snap, timeout. Baltimore.
Water.
They're first.
Hey, Josh.
What's up?
I don't know if you knew this, and maybe you guys already called him this, but did you know that Elijah Williams, his nickname in college was Agent Zero?
Agent Zero?
That big dude wore number 0 as a defensive lineman. And so they called him Agent Zero.
It doesn't even tell time.
What do you think about bringing that back here to the league?
I think we should.
Hey, can you
Would you tell Brian O'Neill to chime down?
Brian O'Neill wants to know the time, and I'm going to tell him. It's about to be 3:30. That doesn't even tell time. Yeah, it doesn't.
But,
that's the hour.
Does he have plans at 3:15? Yeah. Offensive linemen like to eat.
That dude, he's hungry.
Yeah.
That's my hungry crew over here.
On TV monitors right now, Metellus and O'Neill, those are 2 of the bona fide leaders of the Minnesota Vikings. A couple of really good players, too.
He said somewhere on the monitor. Just want to make sure they see your beautiful.
Can you ask Brian to spare 100?
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to ask it for me first.
Toss right.
Uh-oh. Hold! That's a hold on the edge!
There it is.
Good job!
Yeah, and he got it.
Yeah, Nudie!
Dwight McClellan Jr.
Nudie!
Nudie undressed him.
Nudie! Nudie!
See what the flag is.
That's a flag. There's a hole right there on cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a flag.
Yeah, holding. 78, offense.
What's he doing?
Back him up.
10-yard penalty. Second down.
10-3 Ravens. Hey, when you get to call the defense next week for a series or whatever,
yes.
When do you start thinking about that? What are you going to call?
Like right now.
What are you going to call? Are you going to be like Saravo last week and blitz every play?
Yes, I like to send my linebackers. So, you know, I think, depending on who I have in with me, especially calling the green dot, I might send a little bit of pressure. But then again, I'm a DB at heart. So, whatever to help the DBs make plays, I want to do.
Are they going to give you control of personnel?
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, I get the full shebang. That's my little 15 minutes of fame.
That's outstanding. Vignano left, plays blocked up decently. And Khalid Hilassi throws Elijah Surratt, fourth-round rookie from Indiana, out of bounds.
Mike Hot. This is my rook over here.
Third down, third and goal. Nudi's down.
Yeah, he was kind of grabbing that left hamstring on the play before. Yeah. All right, Josh, here we go. You said that if you get to play calls next week for a series, in this situation specifically, you'd be blitzing, probably heavy pressure. You mentioned the linebackers. How about giving your safeties some love? What would you call it? Some sort of safety pressure here?
No, I'll probably call right here. I'll probably call something where my safety gets to rob and read the quarterback. Especially down here with no verticals. I'm thinking, we use one of our safeties for, strict coverage, and then we use one safety just to play ball. So, this is actually a spot where, these safeties love it. No vertical threats. You can just play downhill, disguise, the whole shebang.
All right, for everybody at home, I want everybody to understand, when you say rob, you're basically going to have one of the safeties sit sort of short middle of the field right behind the linebacker.
Yep, exactly that. But knowing our coaches, we're probably sending pressure, so you never know.
All right, 10-3 Ravens.
We need somebody out here on the receiver.
9.5 minutes to go in the game.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Uh-oh. I don't know if I like this.
Oh, nice. Oh, I thought Hilassi jumped it.
Let's go!
Hey, 25 Khalid Hilassi nearly jumped that thing and went 90.
That's a big stop. That's a big stop.
That was Hawk?
Yeah, that was Hawk. Hey, see hit the...
All righty. Tyler Lute in for a field goal try. Ravens lead 10-3. Yeah, Zemiah Vaughn, nice tackle.
Yeah, that's a great tackle. 20-yard play right there.
20-yard field goal try, right hash.
Yeah, that's a 4-point play. We like to call that, could have been a touchdown.
Snap spot.
Only 3 points. Yep, only 3 points.
All right, Ravens have a 13-3 lead, 8:45 to go in the game. More with Josh Metellus from the sideline when we return to the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Skol Nation, listen up. Buffalo Wild Wings has a Sacks for Wings deal exclusively for those who bleed purple. If the Minnesota Vikings defense gets 2 sacks during a game, you automatically get 6 free wings on your next Buffalo Wild Wings visit. So be sure to lock in every time the horn blows. Cheer on your Vikings to 2 sacks and head to your favorite sports bar to grab 6 free wings. Offer available at all B-Dubs sports bars, excluding the MSP Airport location.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Ready? Set! TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
U.S. Bank and the Minnesota Vikings share one belief, that the biggest wins come from everyone working together. And that's exactly how U.S. Bank's Smartly Checking and Savings are designed, working like a team to reward you more, because together is always the best play. That's the power of us. Official bank sponsor of the Minnesota Vikings. Visit usbank.com today to reach your financial goals. Member FDIC, copyright 2026, U.S. Bank.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal. We got a big deal too, right, Mom? Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. See your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer. Hurry, offers end September 8th. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Hey, this is Theo Jackson of the Minnesota Vikings. Here we play all season long on The Fan.
Doing a little dance. The guy behind you, that was a nice find. Jacob Thomas, the undrafted safety from James Madison.
Yeah, that's my boy.
He's a nice player.
Yeah, he is. He's a true ball player, like we like to call it, man. He's a natural football player, and it's been showing this camp and this preseason.
Luke set to kick it to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium.
Come on, Rudy.
Trayvon Rudolph.
Come on, Rudy.
He'll take it from about the goal line. Here we go.
Let's go, twin.
What happens?
Penetration. Kills returns. Gotta go down. Gotta go down. Gotta go down. That's too much. These guys too big, too fast. You can't let them run down like that.
So if you were to call offense in a preseason game, what would you call?
A lot of run plays.
Just to get it done and get to that food.
That's the old Michigan Wolverine coming out in you, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the Big Ten in me. A lot of run plays.
A couple of receivers left and right for Max Brosmer. 13-3 Ravens.
Let's see what we got.
Shotgun. Pass left. Dylan Bell.
Good grab, DB.
Dylan Bell. Yeah.
Good grab.
Hey, what do you think of this? I couldn't get Jefferson to bite on it probably last week. Probably can't get you to bite on it. Dylan Bell. All right, I don't know what his lot in life's going to be with the team, but he's big and he's physical. And you got Jawan Jennings on your team. So if I'm Dylan Bell, I'm watching Jawan Jennings and I'm like, I want to be him.
Like a challenge.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. You kind of. I mean, this is a National Football League, man. We're copycat league, man. We're trying to steal whatever we can to get better.
We're going to pause for a second. We got a challenge here. That is Joshua Metellus, 13-3 Ravens. Back soon on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
You track the scoreboard, you study the stats of every game. So why not do the same with your stocks? At MarketBeat, we give you the tools and alerts to stay ahead of the market, just like you do with your fantasy league. Join the millions of investors who rely on MarketBeat for breaking stock news, top analyst upgrades, and smarter investing tips delivered daily. Visit MarketBeat.com or check out our YouTube channel where investors go to win.
Hey, this year, upgrade your football season in the Quick Rewards Vikings Zone with Quick Trip and Pepsi. You could win a VIP Vikings experience with sideline passes and sweet tickets. Sweet. Take road trips to places like New Orleans, Tampa, Mexico City. You could even be headed to the Super Bowl. Just grab a Pepsi, Gatorade, or other participating products at Quick Trip and earn 5 bonus Fan Zone points. Download or use your Quick Rewards app and get a season like never before. No purchase necessary. Full details at QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 49 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts toward your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Ready, set.
TCO for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready, set.
TCO for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready, set.
TCO for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at TCOMN.com.
Hey, this is Bo Richter of the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota football is live now on the Vikings Audio Network.
And Jesse was right. So the play was reversed, and it's now 2nd and 10 for Max Brosmer and the Minnesota Vikings offense. Brosmer, the third quarterback to play for Minnesota, behind J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz. 5 of 9, 49 yards.
Screen. Come on. Let's go. Get vertical.
Jay Sean Jones looking for a block from somebody, didn't get it.
That's a good tackle.
And that's Amari Oruwariye, 6-year from Penn State, former Lion. Hey, speaking of the Lions and the NFC North teams, the Green Bay Packers are here 3 weeks from tomorrow to start the season. But, I mean, with Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, and Jordan Love, and nice quarterbacks you go against in the division, right?
It is. And you appreciate that because those guys always keep you on your toes, always keep your game standards high. And, we got some good ones, especially Caleb Williams coming into his shell this past year. So, definitely some good quarterbacks. But, we love the test. We love the challenge.
Jermar Jefferson, only been here like 2.5 weeks, got a 10-yard gain and a first down for the Vikings.
Hey, Josh, I want to ask you, it's been pretty apparent as we're listening to you talk about your teammates immediately when the play is happening. I mean, it sounds like you're very close and very familiar with a lot of the players, and including a lot of the rookies. During this training camp time, you guys don't have a lot of time probably off the field, but how do you guys develop the team bonding aspect of it to really get to know all of the players?
Yeah, man, it's the little things. We have our time that we spend in the hotel. We have a little suite room that conjoins, the two hotel floors, and we'll end every night before curfew right in there. Different guys, whether that's receivers, DBs, running backs, O-line, D-line. We get little interactions like that with different guys. Then you get obviously the meal room. We make sure meal prep and meal room is mandatory. So you're always in there with different guys, sitting with different guys, trying to build those relationships. But I mean, I think, to be honest, it's really our culture, man. I think
illegal formation.
What KO's been able to do.
Scrimmage. 5 yards.
Just, in terms of
second down.
Really loving each other, really building each other up, really being there for each other. You can feel that when you walk into the building. And when we no, not yet. Next week. The guys, they want me to call it. See, there go one of my backers. Hey, stay tuned for him next week. I promise you.
Yeah.
I'm putting him to work. But I think, the culture we built, you kind of just want to learn your teammates. You want to know the guys you're out there with, man. And, we do a great job of, integrating the whole team and, things that we do. So I think it's pretty easy to, just, love your brothers, man. That's what this game's about, man. The funnest parts of my day, is the time, we spend together, off the field, man. Good conversations, good people. Man, you can ask for nothing less, man.
All right, Marshall Lang with a catch.
Marsh.
He was on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad. Nolan Teasley,
that's my boy.
The new GM, brought him over here. So now that's going to make it 3rd and short. I hope they get the first down here.
He had that nice catch last week in the game, man. So, good to see him getting activated again as we head into this 4th quarter.
Well, I have a friendship bonding suggestion I want to get to, so let's see if we can get the first down here. Rosemer, shotgun, 4-man rush.
Hey, he got there a little early, ref.
Got there a little early,
He got there a little early, ref.
No flag. All right. Well, I know you're a Timberwolves fan.
Oh, big one.
Because I've seen you at games. All right. Well, Byron Murphy Jr., one of your best friends on the team, he just got a nice big fat deal into last year. So maybe Byron Murphy Jr., like Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball, brings the entire defense to France after the season. What do you think?
Definitely on his tab. We'll make sure to get that invoice sent to him. I think that would be a great idea. Hey, I'll make sure you get to come with us,
just
because it was your idea.
Oh, yeah, you need an announcer.
I'll make sure you get to come with us. But
all right,
we would love to do that.
4th and short.
Let's go, Jamal.
Yes, Jefferson.
There we go.
Hey.
Good run!
Jermar Jefferson.
Run!
He was signed.
Way to pick him up!
Signed August 12th. Looks like he having a good time. Yep.
Hey, Josh, you mentioned the culture and the group and the guys. You still make the rookies sing?
Yes, we do. We actually had a really good rookie class when it comes to singing this year. So
good singers.
I would give them their props. We had we started off nice, and we're finishing up. As we head into this last week, we only have like a couple guys left, but we've had a good group. Not a lot of boos.
So like the Cincinnati rookie Jake Golday sang?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
What'd he sing?
I forgot what Jake sung. No, I don't got it. I forgot what Jake sung. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I think he went a couple weeks ago, though.
Has anybody really stood out? Anybody off the top of your head?
Chuck, the Prophet. Caleb Banks, actually, he was the first one to go. He set it off.
Yeah.
He had great energy. He had great performance. I was actually surprised. He actually volunteered to go and set it off for the whole rookie class. So them two for sure. I think they were like back-to-back. Jacoby Thomas, he had a great performance. He had a whole performance. He had an outfit on. He reenacted the 50 Cent skit, where he comes back after he, has his, adversity, his moments. He comes back on stage, for that first time. He reenacted that whole thing. So we had some good performances, especially on the defensive side. Offense got to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, and on the field too, because it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, we need points.
Rosemer shotgun, pass right. Yeah.
Come on, good yak. Good yak. Good yak, Naz. Hold that ball. There we go, Naz.
Bryson Nesbitt.
I see you, Naz.
All right, well, at Vikings.com, I just recently saw this. Now, you call Charles Demings the prophet. Right, and I saw you say this at Vikings.com. He comes out of the locker room for every practice, and he has like a proverb to motivate you guys, doesn't he?
He does, man. And we have him, he says our prayer, before and after practice. He does a lot. He has a lot of wise words to say. So we let him get his chance to speak.
What do you think about that? Because when Pete and I were playing, and you got a rookie that comes in and is as confident,
defense, 29,
as confident as Chuck Demings is, we would kind of look at those guys like, hey, you're a rookie, just calm down right now. But it seems like you guys have embraced that from day one. Like that's who he is. That's his attitude. That's he brings the juice every day, and he can back it up.
Yeah, and they kind of when we drafted him. We obviously don't get with the rookies right away, but they kind of gave us a inkling like, yeah, this is a guy who's going to be not loud, but one of those guys who's very confident, very poetic, and when we first meet him, you could just feel the energy. I'm a big energy guy. You could say everything you want. You can read the whole dictionary, but I can feel energy, and you can feel his energy is very pure.
We're -2 in the take here.
Turnovers, man. All about the ball. That's number one in our football philosophy.
Yeah,
we're not doing good with that today.
That safety, Silas Walters, undrafted rookie safety from Miami.
Let's go!
Ohio.
Come on, off the field! Come on! Let's go! Off the field! Let's go, D! Set and change! D! Get the ball back!
Hey, Josh, do you have any desire when you're done to coach?
You want me to be real with you?
Yeah.
No, I do not. Good. Don't do it. I give my all to the game right now.
Right.
And I'm gonna be where my feet are. So hopefully, I have nothing left to give when I'm done playing, because I'm giving it all right now. So if I feel like I had some more, to give, of course I would coach. I love the game. So, but right now, I'm focused on giving everything I got today.
New quarterback for the Ravens, Austin Reed, first full year from Western Kentucky.
WKU, good tackle.
Handoff up the middle, stopped at the 25, Ben.
I do have a feeling I know where you're going to end up afterwards, because it's not going to be coaching. You're going to be sitting where Pete and I are.
Right up there with the nice view.
Yeah, you want to be up here, right?
With the nice view. Yes, I do actually. I think I would enjoy that. Just talking ball, looking nice, putting on the tie. I don't have too many ties, but PA has every color in the color table. So get a couple ties, put on something nice, travel with the team, eat good food, go to new places, and then you don't have to play.
Yeah, sit in the back of the plane with us in the middle seat next to Taki Taimani.
See, that's
you got to keep in mind, you're not going to get Delta 1 if you take this job.
I'll probably just have to meet you guys there. But I'll make it though, for sure.
Hey,
I'll make it there.
We're going to let you go at the 2-minute warning, so I want to hit you with this. Brian Flores, obviously you're not going to overshare here, but like when he's putting in something is really exotic and fun for a plan, what's that like trying to learn a quick twitch?
Yeah, I think what people don't realize, especially with Brian Flores, the things he talks about on a daily basis, is what we do. He always talks about meeting walkthrough practice, and we won't do anything on the field unless we go through meeting walkthrough practice. So like we'll have our most exotic look And even though it doesn't say walkthrough on the schedule, we'll have our most exotic look. He'll show us a picture of it. He'll show us how he wants it done. And then we'll literally, from the meeting, like the mid-meeting time, just walk downstairs into the indoor. You know, in our normal clothes, slides, pajamas on, whatever, just to get a walkthrough of it, you know, just so we can have that before practice, because not every time you get to walk through plays before practice or every new thing, we always get a chance to walk through it before we get on that field, man. So it's been really cool, man, just to see the development, to see his thought process, you know, see how he sees things, and you know what comes alive based off, you know, what we do on the field. So it's been really cool to be a part of it. He definitely has a strict, you know, meticulous process, you know, to get things done, and you know, being able to feel confident calling it on game day. But you know, man, he trusts us a lot. So you know, if he has his guys out there, you know, he thinks, you know, majority of the time we're going to win. So.
All right, we're approaching the 2-minute warning. Like we mentioned, Josh, Green Bay here in 3 weeks. That starts the regular season.
Yep.
What do you think of the overall squad? What do you like about the squad?
I'm loving it, man. I love how deep we are, man. I think you know, top to bottom, you know, every position room on our team, you know, we have 1, 2, 3 deep. So it's going to be nice to be able to, you know, throw different looks, throw different guys out there, still get the same result. And you know, the more we can you know, come together as a team, I think the sky's the limit.
And Dallas Turner's unblockable right now, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And he will be on Sunday, September 13th as well.
Hey, man, you're fantastic. We'll see you at practice then in Denver. Have a good time calling the series or whatever you call next week.
I love you. I love you, kids. See you later.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, man. That's Joshua Metellus, safety for the Minnesota Vikings. 2 minutes to go in the second preseason game. Ravens by 10 on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And Jerkface Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies. In Minnesota, greatness doesn't happen by accident. It takes the people who show up early, stay late, and build what everyone else depends on. For more than 120 years, Red Wing has made boots for those people. That's why they're proud to partner with the Minnesota Vikings to honor the work, resilience, and pride that define the North. Red Wing, purpose-built for the job site. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Find your local Red Wing store at redwingshoes.com.
To the traveler I want to be. I hope you're having the kind of adventure you didn't know existed. In a place like South Dakota, where the rugged wilderness and the open road teach you just how wild life can feel. I hope you're collecting more moments than things. And instead of letting life slip on by, you're choosing to move with it. Because there's so much South Dakota, so little time. Book your escape at TravelSouthDakota.com.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You've followed every play in your doctor's game plan. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with the Simplicity blood pressure procedure. Talk with your doctor to see if it's right for you. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsor of the Vikings. Side effects include headache, back pain, bruising, and hematoma. Learn more and see benefits and risks at medtronic.com/Vikings.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Now back to Vikings football on the Fan.
100.3 KFAN and the Minnesota Vikings KFAN audio network throughout the upper Midwest. The schedule. We've mentioned Green Bay's here 3 weeks from tomorrow to start the regular season. Pete and Ben, what do you think of the schedule, and where are the tough spots?
Yeah, it's tough right out of the gate. You got 3 really good teams. 2 in your division, 1 in your, other one's in your conference. I mean, you got to You got to run through that gauntlet right away.
Jonathan Ward carries for a first down on third down. Clock runs. 13-3 Ravens. The only touchdown for the Ravens took place in the second half. So the Vikings have one touchdown this preseason. Wentz to Miles Price. It's preseason. A bunch of different people are playing. I understand that. But don't you think really the atopic from the preseason and the games at this stage is last week against the Giants, you had the first offense out there. Darisaw over to O'Neal. First Minnesota Moving Company, Kyler Murray. And no Justin Jefferson, but Addison, Hawkinson, all the right guys. And they went 54 yards, got a field goal. 44 of it was on the ground. And that was just a snapshot of what's really important for Vikings football this year, the running game.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about that is I feel like with at least our second team offense that started the game today, we didn't see a lot of that wide zone look. It was much more interior runs. They're trying to get the ball a little bit more downhill. They did try to do one stretch zone play to the left that got blown up by a blitzing linebacker, but really it was kind of a little bit of a philosophical change from last week. I'm sure they're just always continually working on different things and giving different looks, but a little disappointing with the run game today, but a lot to like from what we saw last week with our starters.
You had a great opportunity of Miles Price earlier. The calls were there. You just got to execute, and you throw another touchdown. It's 13-10, totally different type of ball game.
The Ravens have defeated the Minnesota Vikings 13-3. There's a shot of Kyler Murray. And as we have a few minutes to say goodbye to you, some thoughts on Kyler Murray into the regular season. Ben, you first.
Well, I think everybody's just very excited about what he can do within this offense, and that marrying and that negotiation of play style and play caller between what Kyler does best. You know, the fact that he's like truly more of a shotgun type of guy. He's more of a creator at times. He likes to get the ball out quick versus what KOC likes to do and get the ball down the field a little bit more and be under center. So how are we going to see that negotiation happen? I'm really excited for it.
Okay, now you guys watch a lot of training camp, as do I. What we have seen is so infrequently Kyler Murray permitted to run, designed runs for him. This is one of the fastest players in the NFL. He's one of the better running quarterbacks, along with Mike Vick and RG3 in really the last 20 years. We also haven't seen a lot of plays where you have rookie tight end Max Bredesen mashing on somebody, and then Juwan Jennings getting the next level for the running game. So because we're not seeing it, is it an indicator that those two things are quite important to what the Vikings are going to do starting in 3 weeks?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's a huge advantage for the Vikings in that the Green Bay Packers, what are they going to prepare for? They really don't have much. They don't have a clue as to what the Vikings are going to do, especially in the run game, and then what are they going to do differently with Kyler Murray. And Ben, I agree with you 100%. That's kind of the question mark for this year is just, you can't abandon your identity and change everything to suit your quarterback. And at the same time, Kyler Murray, I'm sure Coach O'Connell sees in Kyler Murray things that maybe Kyler Murray doesn't even see in himself. So the